You know what Endrick's gonna be? Another R9.
Oh yeah.
Who's good for 5-6 years and then becomes a fat drunk loser that no one cares about and his whole career is thrown in the garbage like every other Brazilian player. But anyways, we'll go through that after. What's up, boys? Welcome back to the Footy Culture. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. We'll start now.
Oh my god. Okay. What's up, guys? It's Jay Zenio here, back again with another episode. Still on that World Cup buzz. You know, things are circulating.
I thought your buzz ended a while ago, man.
No. I only rate international footy. You guys know that. So
I know that.
I'm retiring from club football for a little bit, so we're still talking about international break. You know, GOAT debate, corruption. There's a lot of things that have been circulating, and the first thing I gotta say is this is a dirty World Cup. It's dirty.
They always are. They always are.
Big facts.
You guys are strong on this. Why?
Just look at the track record of FIFA. Almost all of their tournaments have some kind of like corruption behind them. There's always a story behind it. And don't get me wrong, this was one of the best World Cups to watch, but the storyline was written a long time ago. That's what it seemed like.
I mean, bro, you gotta look at everything for what it is. I think it's like no one wants to, because I was having this conversation with Jay a little bit earlier. No one wants to believe it's rigged because it's like, that's fucked. It's this tournament that you look forward to so much. It's the sport that you love, you have so much passion for. And then when someone goes, well, bro, it's all rigged. Like then it's like you're like, oh my god, like my whole life is what am I? What's my existence, right? But in reality, you got to look at like what happened in the tournament, certain things, right? Classic. Messi makes his way all the way to the finals, has the easiest route to the finals. I shouldn't say just Messi in Argentina, but Messi easiest route to the finals. Penalty every single game, you know, missed calls, things like that. A big stat that I was surprised when I was told this was they only got 4 yellows in the whole tournament. Argentina.
That's ridiculous.
Wow. I didn't realize that.
They were like the dirtiest team. They are up until
they are.
Like, you know what I mean, right? Missed this, weak penalty calls, a lot of things that like even VAR. Like I'm confused. When does VAR kick in and when does it not? Because there's some penalties where it's like they go right to VAR and they make the decision. How many times Argentina got sus penalty calls?
No VAR.
And
no VAR.
It wasn't even at least lie to us, you know?
There wasn't even like a.
That's what I'm saying.
Is there a call? Is there a call? It was just straight.
At least lie to me, you know? So many things happened, you know? It's in Qatar. PSG is pretty much owned by Qatar. You know, it was the perfectly written story from a money perspective. Have your 2 biggest stars, right? And remember what I'm saying, 2 biggest stars, because there's a third star on the team that they didn't really care that he didn't make it. You know what I mean? So they got Messi there. They got Mbappe, their rising star. It's exactly what they wanted. And then at that point, it was like, whatever. I'm sure for them, it was like, really, whoever wins. But at the same time, you know, sus calls in the finals. That was probably the weakest penalty shot call I've ever seen. Okay, it was kind of rectified because France's was also kind of sus too, their penalty call. But I mean, overall, when you see that, you hate to see it. But I mean, like Cesar said, it's also was super exciting. And us footy fans, we're just here for a good time. You know what I mean? We're not here for a long time. We're here for a good time. So like, as much as we'll sit here and be like, yo, was corrupt? I'm already waiting for 2026. I'm like, let's fucking go.
Oh, yeah.
So it's crazy. I don't know. What's your guys' take on
My
that?
question is, if it was corrupt, and if you wanted to, you know, get the money out of the people, wouldn't they want Ronaldo versus Messi in the finals?
France football.
Yeah.
It's the GOATs.
And it's also too expected.
Yeah.
If they both went to the finals and like they were both kind of like cheated away, not cheated, but like it was easy run.
But who put the World Cup together? Qatar.
Yeah.
Again, Qatar pretty much owns PSG. Those are their 2-star players, right?
Yeah.
Look,
You have like the present GOAT with the future GOAT.
Yeah.
Right. On the same team, both competing for Ballon d'Ors now, both in the finals, both scoring. Like,
it was a dream
it's
come
a
true.
script. Yeah. It's literally a script.
Yeah.
You can't write a better Netflix movie.
Yeah, for real.
Like when I talk about corruption, like I just automatically get pinned as a hater because it's Argentina and Brazil got out. But like, I hate when people think that like it's not possible. Like there's no chance like in hell that FIFA and soccer could be corrupt. What do you mean? Like it's a pure like of course it's possible. And like look, like you mentioned, a lot of those calls like the one that really irks me, Messi with the handball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you not get a yellow for that? It's not like a little like,
Well,
it's
the
like
man's hand was up here.
He literally
he went for a jump ball.
Yeah.
He went for a jump ball and no yellow. He got a yellow at the end of the game, so he should have had a red card.
Yeah.
Realistically, right? And another thing, him and Dibu Martinez are complaining about the refs after the game. No sanctions, no fine. They're allowed to spit whatever they want about the ref and nothing.
And the ref gets kicked out from the tournament.
The ref got sent home.
He got sent home back to La Liga,
Like
buddy.
whether your ref is bad or not, how is there no repercussion for blasting the ref in the media?
Yeah.
In the NBA, you're getting a 50K
No, and even
plus.
even in footy,
He's too respected, that guy.
Who, Messi?
Messi, he's too respected. He gets too much leeway.
It's not deserved.
Like, he's not the most, like, rambunctious and, like, outgoing guy, but still, like, put him in his place. He's still a player on the pitch like all the other guys.
I think it's deeper. I think it's even deeper to like from a like okay, remove the Qatar PSG perspective, like speaking on a FIFA perspective and just the soccer world as a whole, like they love Messi, bro. Now compare him to the classic, it's the Ronaldo debate, right? Dude, Ronaldo has never been given his respect ever. Nobody has ever put respect on Ronaldo's name other than like people who see him as the GOAT and his fans. Like from a corporate FIFA level, they've never respected Ronaldo, bro, since day one. And like, you know, it could be a lot of different things. My like fucking conspiracy theory take on it, because I always gotta have one, is like, I'm gonna use the top G, okay?
Hey.
You gotta bring him into it somehow.
yeah.
It's like compare Messi to Ronaldo. Forget as soccer players, but let's speak about them as like men. Okay. On one hand, you have Ronaldo, this strong, masculine male figure, like take care of the family, work hard mentality, get your shit done, no excuses. Like you want to be the best, you gotta fucking work for it. And that was always his message. That was the way he moved, right? He didn't care. Biggest villain, you could hate him, it didn't matter. Like he was gonna just get the fucking job done and nothing mattered. Where and then in comparison to Messi, he's just this like, no offense to like his fans and people that are like him, but this like small, little more weak dude, like kind of nerdy, potentially autistic. We don't know. You know what I mean? There's a lot.
He represents all the short kings.
You know what I mean? And so it's like you just compare the two, and they're showing him so much love, and they just don't want to give that fucking guy because it's like I don't want to say that he had like Ronaldo was like, oh, I'm against I'm against big corporations and stuff, but he kind of moved that way in a sense, right? Like he never, and he didn't care. It's like the guy never looked for acceptance from these people. He always just went like, you know, there's that classic interview. They ask Rio Ferdinand, who's the best player? And I think he says Maradona.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
And then he go to Ronaldo and goes, me. Like he just didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And he was never like with the narrative. It was just like whatever I want to do as Ronaldo, the fucking best player in the world, this is how I'm gonna move.
He speaks his mind.
That's it.
And sometimes, like, to be the best, you have to have an ego. You have to be egotistical.
You have to.
be.
You have to.
But he's done a lot too, even like in the press conferences, moving the water bottle or the Coke to the
Coke
side.
bottle,
Like
yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That also like sees an image on like FIFA, right? Because like the Coke whole
Coke stock
thing,
literally went down
so
that
it's
day.
sponsor, like
Yeah.
that's like part
Should've
of
had
FIFA.
some
Coke
puts.
is part of FIFA, and
Yeah.
like Ronaldo's literally ruining the brand, the organization, everything. So he'll do whatever benefits him, and he's not like FIFA's puppet, where like Messi maybe is.
Exactly. He didn't
So-
give a fuck. He goes, I don't care, bro. You guys have the Coke sponsorship. Well, guess what? I'm a healthy guy. I don't drink Coke. Get
Agua.
that shit out of here.
Agua.
Exactly. Water. And that's the thing. He never gave a fuck. It didn't matter to him, right? It was never like, yo, let me just play the game. Even his come up story is so different, you know? You have Messi, who was brought to Barca at a young age, fucking give this guy knee injections, give him all this shit. They groomed this guy, okay?
He was very groomed,
They
yeah.
groomed him, pampered, one team. He gets injected into first team. Xavi, Iniesta, Deco, Ronaldinho, all these players he had around him. Ronaldo's way to the top was, in my opinion, a way harder.
Ronaldo had a good team in Man U. What do you mean?
He didn't come for.
He didn't come
came from
straight to the
Sporting.
He
academy.
came from Sporting. It was a different. It was not like he was at Man U youth team and he built up and he got.
He had to show himself to Man U.
He wasn't even the best player on Sporting, because that same season he went to Man U. Quaresma went to Barca. Quaresma was like, oh, he's the best player that we're
Yeah.
gonna have. Ronaldo had that one game against Man U, and the Man U players were like, yo, this kid's too nasty. Like,
Yeah.
Fergie, bring him on, right? And then from there, like, the world fell in love with his game.
You can't say Ronaldo didn't get, exposed or had quality players in a gaffer around him when he was young
did,
too.
he
When he was at United, yeah.
Yeah.
When he was at United,
at
yeah.
United, but how
Yeah,
old
he-
was he at that point? 18?
17.
17?
No, he was. I think he went there at 18.
I'm pretty sure 17.
Well, okay, 17, 18.
17, 18. But again, you know what? Like, okay, so to get that love at that age, but Messi was getting it a lot earlier, right? And all the way down to literally they were fucking making sure this guy grew taller. Like, bro, like there's only so much. That's fucking. You want to talk about grooming? So for me, you know, you just have these two completely different guys, two completely different upbringings, and one is way more favorable for corporations, for brands, and whatever. You know, Ronaldo's not doing ads for other people. Ronaldo's like, bro, okay, he has his Nike contract, and that's cool. And I'm sure I'm not saying he does no ads for any other brands. Of course he does. But then he's like, I'm opening my own hotel chain. I'm doing my own fucking CR7 underwear. I'm doing my own shit. It was always like, I worked so hard to get here. Like, yeah, you can't buy me. Like, I'm doing my own shit. It doesn't matter. Like, I want to go to Madrid. I'm going to go to Madrid. I want to leave and go to Juve. Like, I'm doing it. Like, I don't care.
I want to go on Piers Morgan. I'm going on Piers Morgan. I'm blasting the Glazers.
I mean, that didn't help him, but yeah.
Yeah, but like now look, like he exposed United for what was going on behind the scenes. Because Mourinho even said, it's like, my biggest achievement was finishing second place with this team.
Yeah.
With what was going on behind that team. And then they come out after this interview saying, oh, we're thinking about selling the team now.
Yeah. No,
I've had this debate with some Man U fans, but
even like I saw something on TikTok or a meme or something saying like so many players, like it was Ibrahimovic, Di Maria, Ronaldo,
Alexis Sanchez.
There was a video of Alexis Sanchez saying after like the first season he was talking to his agent, right?
Well, the first training session.
Can they cancel? Can
the
they
first
cut
training session? He's like, can I go back?
Can they cut my contract? I want to go back to Arsenal.
Yeah.
Like all of them were saying this Man U team, the infrastructure, everything about Man U is horrible.
Yeah. Ibra even says like they have a small club mentality.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's why you always hear, oh, this guy won't be successful there. Example, like Jadon Sancho now, like he's there, like he's not really succeeding. Because you know what? But at the same time, like if you don't feel welcome, if you don't feel like at home and in your club, what makes you want to perform well?
Exactly.
Yeah,
At what point, like, can you like go out there and be like, hey, like, yeah, I'm comfortable. I love this place. I'll put everything out there for this place because I want to stay here.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be there from the beginning, then why am I gonna like sweat blood and tears on this place?
I think it's different when you're like an established player going to a team like United because you expect to be treated a certain way. But if you're a young player trying to make your come up, you don't really care. Like, okay, like Bruno Fernandes came there from Sporting. He's like, okay, this is where I'm gonna make my name. Fuck the jacuzzis and the people. I just want to make my name here.
That's different. Yeah, it's
Ronaldo,
different. Yeah.
Ibra. And like even Falcao when he went to Di Maria, it's like, yo, I want like, I expect better from this. I'm coming from like the world's best teams, and I come here and like, there's all this talk of the theater of dreams, United, and then this happens.
yeah, I think it's like even from the perspective of when he did that interview, a lot of people were like, he's selfish. Da, da, da. And listen, do I think there was a selfish purpose behind the interview as well? Yeah, 100%.
for sure.
He wants to leave. He wants to go to a Champions League team. So there's that for sure. But like I was arguing with this one guy, huge Man United fan, and we're going back and forth. And I'm like, dude, if I'm you, like, I'm happy about that interview.
Yeah.
If you don't like Ronaldo, perfect, he's gone. So there's that. And the second half of it is like, as a fan, you know, you've like your last 10 years have been brutal. And I know this as an AC Milan fan. When there's shit going on at the top of the club, like you have no chance of winning. You got nothing. When there's too much shit, change of ownership, that shit's not getting done. Like you're never gonna win.
You see it on the field.
You see it. You see it on the field, right? And you know, like I'm like, you should be happy that it's being exposed. Like you should be happy that somebody with power and influence is calling out the guys at the top of the club, because if he doesn't do it, things stay the same for you. You know, and he's talking about, oh, you know, we played well. You know, we played well 2 seasons ago. Whatever,
this guy?
4th place, this and that. I'm like, but bro, you're talking about Man United. Like they're supposed to be number 1.
Fighting for number 1.
You can't be happy about 4th place. You're Man United.
They're not even close to Man City now.
For sure.
So you know what? Like, I mean, circling it back to Ronaldo, the guy's got fucking balls of steel. I respect it. I respect the way that he moves as not only a person, not only as a footy player, but as a person. And I think that those things go hand in hand when you're talking about a legacy and when you're talking about the GOAT debate. In my opinion, he's still the GOAT. No World Cup over Messi. Doesn't matter. He's still, for me, at least, he's still there. The World Cup didn't change my mind, especially the way that it went down. So
Yeah.
Damn.
I tell these guys too. I don't have my GOAT. I probably will never have my GOAT.
Yeah.
Because like there's always someone coming up. Like you never.
Ender Valencia.
Ender Valencia? Man, in my eyes he is, yes. But it's just that they're different people, they're different players. They were brought differently. Like it's not like you're literally talking apple to apple. Like they're literally apples and oranges here. Like it's literally, you can't compare them. It's impossible.
Well, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree.
They're not the same position. They don't play the same. And end of the day, like one player, like worked his ass off, like you said, to get to where he is. The other, I'm not saying the other one didn't, but he was pampered. He was like
He was groomed.
He was groomed to get where he is.
He's talented, like out of this world.
sure.
Like
Don't get it
like
wrong.
godly,
Yeah.
like
For
god
sure,
levels
for sure.
of
But at the same
talent.
time, like for Ronaldo, what he's doing at his age now, and then you'd hear more stories about Messi wanting to retire already, going to MLS. He wants to do all this. Maybe he's going to extend his contract with PSG.
Yeah.
But Ronaldo, he's 37. He's not stopping.
Yeah, the guy's like, yo, I
He's
wanna
still
keep
going. Even if he goes to Saturday, but like at least he's still going to be working as hard. He still wants to maybe put on the national team jersey again.
Yeah.
He wants to go play Euros. Who knows who plays World Cup 2026?
Bro, they had to beg Messi to come back. Didn't he
And that's the
retire
thing,
in
he
2015,
retired in
2016?
Yeah.
2016, yeah.
Guys, he left Barca, and Barca didn't make a dime off him.
Yeah.
Messi left Barca, and they made nothing off him because that's embarrassing.
You know what's crazy?
That's
Actually,
not- that's not his fault. It's
Quickly
No,
to-
no, I know, but I'm just saying, like, how do you mess that? How do you fumble the bag before like any of that even goes
Don't
down?
even start with
you know,
it.
you know what's crazy? Quickly back to the GOAT thing and how like FIFA prefers Messi as a brand over Ronaldo. They put like from the official FIFA Twitter account.
Yeah, I saw that.
They put up a tweet that said, "End of the debate. Messi's the GOAT. This and that."
The debate's over. Something
Debate's
like that.
over, yeah.
Yeah.
Budweiser man of the match and shit. I'm like, bro, you're FIFA. Like, the last people
You
that
don't
should be
say
ever
that.
claiming like that the debate is over is the federation.
Yeah.
that is clear. That's clear. Like, it's just clear that you guys
Clear
are.
intentions.
Yeah,
Clear bias.
but it's a clear bias. Like which they later deleted that tweet.
Yeah.
by
I
the
would have
way.
fired the guy
Yeah.
who posted that. Who's in charge
I was
of
about to
this?
say that. Clear corruption.
Yeah.
It's clear.
It could have been that guy behind the computer's personal opinion. Like, yeah,
No, bro.
no.
Listen. A tweet going out from the FIFA official
Has to
Twitter
be
page.
checked.
There's enough people that are looking over it and saying, "Okay,
Approving
yo,
it.
that's too biased, bro."
and-
yeah.
But
and
they're
the-
all horned up. You're jerking off about Messi, bro.
And the fact that they're deleting it shows they're guilty about
Yeah,
something.
facts.
It shows
Big
they're-
facts.
Like,
Big
yeah, I was
facts.
about to bring this up before you said it, but yeah, like the fact that they tweeted that irked me, man. It's like you have another guy who played within your tournament that literally won 3 World Cups.
True. Yeah, that's fucked for you.
Like, how could you just claim that the GOAT debate's done when it's the FIFA World Cup Twitter account?
Yeah.
So-
Yeah.
A player that's won the most of your tournament, a guy who has 2 less than the guy that won the most, you're claiming he's the GOAT and that is done.
So how does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense. And yeah, the fact that they deleted it shows they're guilty
Yeah,
about
yeah. That
something.
they were wrong. Well, because they were also getting absolutely shredded.
Yeah.
People were shredding them. Like, even guys were going on there. I wish I screenshotted this.
Oh, you
Guys
could.
who were like, "Yo, listen, I'm a Messi fan, and you just can't even like. You guys can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? They were getting shredded, but
That's
like,
the thing. That's something that you argue and like you can have these conversations with one-on-one with your buddies. Like, no, this is to go. Let's go. But
Yeah.
you can't have like organizations like that, like selling that debate for
the
you.
organization.
You can't have them settling the debate for you because at the end of the day, like, yeah, well, see, there are people even saying like he's better than your Ronaldo,
Yeah.
whoever it is. But like,
It's a wrap.
you have to let us have that, have that conversation, have that talk, our own experience of why we chose this and why we chose that.
It's
Yeah.
what keeps the that's the beauty of footy is that we get to have these debates and we should be able to have this specific debate forever.
And that's the
know
thing.
what I mean?
Now you'll always hear that one guy, oh, FIFA said it, FIFA said it, FIFA said it.
Yeah,
FIFA said
yeah,
it."
yeah.
That's the
So, yeah,
argument.
we get it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
FIFA said it. It's done. Okay, Messi completed football, but is he the GOAT of all time? I don't know. That's still up for debate. The GOAT debate will never be done because there's always going to be another player. Now
No,
you're gonna have-
but the classic GOAT debate is
Is
between
Ronaldo,
them two
Messi,
because they came up pretty much parallel to
Yeah.
each other.
Yeah.
And
That's why
they-
there's such a heavy
For our
emphasis on
generation,
these
yeah.
two.
But it's so irresponsible as an
Yeah,
organization.
yeah, it is. It is.
they're the governing body.
Yeah, and on top of that, you have the FIFA president before the tournament saying it would be an injustice for Messi to not win the World Cup.
the whole
The
world.
FIFA president is saying that.
Dude. It's like they had that fucking little gown pre-sized for that little
Yeah.
midget, bro.
Yeah.
Pre over his shoulder. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Fuck you. I hate Messi. Fuck Messi.
That's
bro.
crazy,
No.
bro.
You know what? I have to say though, as much as I Ronaldo's my guy between the two of them, you still have to respect him. Like, it's not like, and that's the other thing I hate when it comes to the GOAT debate. People are like, "Oh, Messi's shit." No. It's like, okay. Listen, you can have an opinion, and if you like Ronaldo more or whatever for your reasons, that's cool too. But you still got to put respect on the guy's name. Like,
of course.
the fucking talent that guy was born with is just like in our time we may never see that again. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's got to be respected to a certain extent. And I just think that whatever, you make your jokes and shit like that, but you still got to respect it. So that's like my overall take on it. I don't know. And then when I think about going forward, I think like, okay, Mbappe, he's up next, right? Everyone says World Cup at 19, huge. Finals, hat trick, huge. You know, obviously the cup would have been massive for him too. But do you guys think he would? Do you think he has the potential to reach Ronaldo Messi level?
I've seen some people saying he's touching Ronaldo levels.
Man,
Well, that's
if he's
the
touching
goal,
Ronaldo's
right?
levels, he's touching Messi's levels. Because
Yeah, it's
you know
the
what I
same
mean?
thing. It's the
Well, he's
same
literally
thing.
touching Messi. They're on the same team.
If he won that
They're,
World
like, playing
Cup,
against each other.
if he won that World Cup, he's touching Pele levels,
True,
Yeah.
true.
and that's why
I said that.
He
He
will
was
touch
23,
Pele levels
yeah.
because he's so young. Still, he has so much.
But he
so
should
much
have
ahead
won.
of him.
He had to win this one, man.
Look,
He didn't have to win it. 'Cause, like I agree with what you said. Like that helped his brand so much.
No
Losing but
way.
scoring the hat trick because that creates that dynamic. Like so close but yet so far.
Oh, he scored a
Now
hat
he
trick.
has this
Ooh.
redemption story. I need to go
Yeah.
back and win it.
You know how
but
hard it is
no.
to win it 4 years after?
No,
like,
I get
the
it.
whole team is different.
I get it.
He's
I get it.
different.
But he was saying if they won,
Bro,
and
were
he
you guys
didn't
watching
play
the
good-
clip? Because you didn't hear what Jay said. The hat
there.
trick. No. The hat trick was the most important piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The losing, okay, created this like villain story, whatever, villain arc story. But I think it's the hat trick in the World Cup finals. That was what put him on the map. Obviously, the win would have been the cherry on top. But regardless, the hat trick, like losing, is bigger than him doing nothing
And
and them winning.
Winning, yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
think-
agree with that.
I think-
For his brand, personally, I actually, me and Jay rarely agree on things, but this is one of the things we actually agree on. I have to agree with him there. You guys don't
I
agree
don't
with that
know.
take?
I do.
I agree.
So, okay, so you
I
think
do.
if he did nothing and then won the World Cup, it's bigger for him than
Because
what
in a
what
couple
happened?
years, people are not going to know. People, when you think back of the 2022 World Cup, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Not his hat trick.
It's corruption.
Portugal.
corruption. I know what you're saying.
realized that.
It's
Argentina-
Messi. It's Messi.
Yeah.
It's not. Oh,
But
it's
that's because he's.
hat-trick.
That's
It's not
because
though. It's not though because it was kind of
How?
expected. For
How
for
is
me,
it
it's
not the
not.
first
If-
thing?
No,
if
no,
someone
come
asked
on,
me-
bro.
No, if
First thing
someone
that
asked
comes
me
to your
2022 World
Hat trick
Cup.
Mbappe. No,
You're
come
not saying
on.
that. Yeah, you're not saying
I would say
You're
great
just saying
tournament.
it to
I would
say
say
it.
great tournament. Yeah, Messi, because Messi, it was gonna happen eventually for Messi. Like it was inevitable. I think.
No,
I think it was
no,
inevitable.
Come on.
I
I
think it
agree.
was
I know what you're
inevitable.
saying.
You know what I mean?
Bro, in 10 years from now, 2022 Qatar World Cup, Messi finally won the World Cup.
Yeah.
That's going to be the
Yeah,
title.
I get
That's
it.
going to be
And
the
in
headline.
4 years from now, who's gonna? He's saying Americans are gonna remember this Mbappe guy because of his hat tricks.
They are,
Those
though.
those same Americans in 4 years are gonna forget that guy and think about the other guy. But they're gonna remember Messi scoring, winning the World Cup.
I disagree with
Because
that. I
Yeah,
disagree.
but okay, I would agree with that if we expect Mbappe to do nothing from this point on.
You have to understand.
But,
for the-
but he's probably going to continue to get better. He's probably going to
Oh, yeah.
continue to have
Oh, yeah.
big games, Champions League games. You know, I'm sure he leaves PSG at some point. And so it's the growth. It's actually, I think it's the growth step. Now, I would agree with you if at this point he breaks a fucking leg and he never plays again, then yeah, they're going to forget that guy. But now he's on more people's radar,
has the
15 million
momentum.
people more. You know what I mean? And so now they're like, damn, okay, what is this Mbappe guy doing? He's crushing fucking League One, fine, which no one really watches. Congrats.
Well, new
But-
PSG fans.
But yeah, but seriously, then you want to go back to the corruption. But then it's like, he's gonna crush that. They're gonna crush in champ. I mean, fuck, I don't know, Bayern. So that's a heavy matchup. But like, he's gonna do well. Obviously, going years forward into that. And then
Yeah.
again, I'm sure he leaves at some point to Madrid. And so I think he's gonna continuously grow. And now he's on more radars.
Yeah.
But in what I was thinking, like people are not gonna think about Mbappe in the future. Say, oh yeah, that's the guy who has that one World Cup and has a hat trick.
Okay,
Well, you always.
okay,
I never
they
said
would remember-
career-wise.
They would remember those 2 World Cups, and then the next World
No.
Cup. Oh, this guy might be able to
but there's-
tie Pele.
They're not gonna
There's
remember
two
him,
perspectives
yeah.
because as like actual football fans we are, yes, it's Messi's World Cup. That's what we're gonna remember it. But for the casual, like those ladies, James said he overheard saying that Mbappe guy. My brother who barely watches soccer texted me. He's like, "Oh my god, that Mbappe guy was
A
incredible."
lot of
Yes.
people, me too.
Yeah.
For all
me
the
too.
for all the casual people
this
who
Mbappe?
just tuned in for
Yeah.
that game, they're gonna be like, "Whoa, that Mbappe guy scored a hat trick. He tied it in the last 2 minutes in the last 10 minutes."
And then they
that's way
follow-
more impactful because Messi. Yeah, I heard about Messi, blah blah blah. Oh, Mbappe.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna follow his career. Like,
and
what's
then they
going
follow
on?
IG.
I don't know.
For the casuals, yes, it's gonna
He's
bring on so
cute.
much more.
Yeah, exactly. They
Yeah.
follow him on IG. He plays for Paris. He's fashionable, and that builds the
He's
brand.
light skinned, good
Yeah.
looking.
He has
dude.
waves.
Yeah.
But it's true. Like you do remember these moments.
Yeah.
2006 World Cup. What do you remember?
The headbutt.
Headbutt.
And
Yeah.
in 2026, you'll remember this hat trick. You remember this hat trick.
I think
You'll
so.
remember it.
So long as his career
as much-
stays like at
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
scoring,
As long
then
as he
yeah.
For sure.
continues
And
to
that's
be
what I told him
good.
too when we had this debate. It's like it's not like he's done playing football. This
Yeah.
guy's gonna keep
But you know
growing.
how hard
And
is
then
it to
no.
win a World Cup?
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
For
I
us,
know what
for
you're
us,
saying.
for us, it's remembered as Messi. For us, the guys who love, live and breathe soccer.
But it's true.
But for the casual,
No.
yeah, bro. The casuals,
The casuals
don't
not
care about
thinking about
Messi. The casuals don't care about Messi.
These casuals don't even know how to say his name, Mbappe. They're gonna
Yeah,
think
and
of
PayPal,
Messi.
who cares, bro? They just recognize him. They're like, oh, that Mbappe.
No, that's
that
the year
Mbappe,
when
Kylian
Messi,
guy.
the GOAT, should have won it, and he won it. That's what they're gonna think of.
When we debated this, I literally put it in the simplest form. Does Mbappe gain 15 million Instagram followers if he wins but does nothing?
No.
No.
Yeah, he
Why
doesn't.
not?
No,
Look
he
at
doesn't.
Messi,
He doesn't.
Messi beat the world record egg because of one post.
But that's the
No, it's not.
If Mbappe posted that one picture with 2 World Cups, he's not gonna get beat.
He should have broken it when he first won the World Cup.
No, but
record egg.
Messi already has the whole legacy established.
no, but
that
it's-
World Cup was the last, the cherry on top.
was the
of
cherry on
True,
top.
though.
Yeah.
Even for what Mbappe did at his age when he won his first World Cup, that's unspoken of. You know what I mean? He literally carried, like, he almost carried that whole French team to win the World Cup at his
did,
age.
He almost
Yeah,
carried this
two-
French
he
team
did.
too.
I know
He had
he
two
did.
goals in the
He almost
finals.
carried
That's what
this
I mean.
French team
If
too.
anything, that moment in 2018 should have made him blow up even more.
He
Which
did blow up
he
from
is.
that.
I'm sure he's blown up
Was
way
he at
from before
Monaco
that.
Still then,
No,
or
he
was
was
he already
at-
at PSG?
Oh, he was at
He was already at PSG.
No, when you think of 2018, you think of Mbappe. That's the first thing in my mind.
I mean,
Honestly, I don't even remember.
The thing is, the France team at that time
France
had a
team was-
lot of like
Yeah.
like Pogba.
I
Obviously,
think of the
was,
whole
yeah.
team.
Pogba was big.
Kante was
and then
classic.
Conte. And
Honestly,
then
I think of
they had the
Croatia.
fucking they had that track. No,
I think of Croatia
Yeah.
that tournament for
Mbappe.
going as far as they did, especially because one of my best friends is Croatian. I don't like France winning. Okay, cool, but Croatia going to the finals with that team, that's like unheard of.
Yeah.
that was crazy. That's why I
do
remember.
Do we
for it.
say Croatia's a top 5 team in this decade for what they've done?
This decade? No.
No.
You can't.
top 10 for sure?
Yeah. Yeah.
10 for
Top
sure.
10's fair.
For their achievements and the players they've produced and like their continuous like success in these tournaments, yeah,
You can't say top 5 because they haven't won anything. 5 teams have won
yeah.
something.
Fair.
You
Who
Spain.
would you say the top 5 are?
In order?
Just in general.
Any order.
France
Just
is
in general,
first.
then we'll do the order.
Yeah.
France
Okay,
is
in the
first.
last
Wow,
decade.
you didn't say Brazil.
Wait, so from 2022 to 2012?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. France, Germany.
Yeah,
Okay.
Spain.
Spain has to be in there.
Spain has to be in there.
Argentina needs to be in there.
Yeah.
That's 4.
And Brazil.
Brazil.
What is
Brazil won a Copa America and 2 Olympics.
Where's Italy? Where's Italy?
God, bro.
Two Olympics.
Okay,
No
if you say
Italy?
last decade, I feel like you
Oh my
have to kind
God.
of give 2 years.
Stop
2000.
talking about the fucking Olympics, bro. Nobody cares about the Olympics, bro. Who cares? You guys care about the fucking Olympics?
Brazil does.
Yeah, because you're Brazilian.
And that's just like how it's sad that Man United's happy to be in 4th place. It's sad that you guys
Teams
are
care.
grasping
Teams
on
care.
to Olympics.
Teams care.
It's embarrassing.
Teams
bro.
care.
That's embarrassing.
Okay,
No,
if
it's not
Brazil,
embarrassing.
Italy's
if not
never
Brazil,
celebrating Olympic wins.
Because they're not winning.
We only
that.
celebrate
They're not
big
winning that.
tournaments.
They're not winning.
We
that.
only celebrate big tournaments
I would,
where we
I
get
would
the
put
job
Italy
done.
ahead of Brazil if you're talking the last decade.
100%.
Yeah. In the last decade, yeah.
100%.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't personally just
They
because
missed 2 World Cups in this decade. How
Yeah,
could
but
you?
they-
Yeah.
But they won when they
It
needed
doesn't
to.
matter. You
They
missed
won-
2 World Cups in the decade.
It doesn't matter.
You
I mean,
can't
you
throw
win.
them in the top 5.
You win
Wait,
big
we're not saying
tournaments.
decade. It's 20 years.
No, bro. When you
Wait,
don't,
10 years, 10 years.
when you don't make a World
They
Cup,
haven't
bro,
won.
you have
They only won a
minus
Euro,
points
no?
because of that.
They only won
A
Euro
decade's
last
10
decade.
years.
Listen,
I know, but I'm thinking
I know.
Like the last
I know.
like 21st century. I'm
Okay,
thinking.
okay. If you say 21st century, that's even more of an
No.
excuse to put Brazil in there.
Then Brazil's
I'm
in
saying
it.
21st.
Then
You can't really say a decade. Decade's like
That was the question. Didn't you ask the question?
Sorry, I
Yeah,
meant to
he
say
did.
this 21st generation, 21st century.
21st century. Then I mean, fuck
Because
then.
that's
Then
more
Brazil's
broad. And
definitely in
it's
it.
Then
more,
Brazil's
it's
in
more
there, yeah.
tournaments.
Brazil-
A decade's like there's like 3-4 tournaments in there. Not even.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna go 21st century, then Brazil's for sure in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking decade. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you put
You say
Brazil.
decade,
over
gotta put
Italy.
Portugal in there.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
I know how.
What's a harder?
We did not miss 2 World Cups.
Bro,
Don't that matters. Don't say
bro,
that doesn't matter.
listen. At the end of the day, who won? Who got the job done?
We won the equivalent to your Euro, Copa
don't-
America.
That's not the equivalent.
That's-
Yes, it is. It's
Okay,
our South American Euro.
Okay,
Yeah.
my question was gonna be: is it which tournament do you guys think is harder to win?
Copa America.
Copa
Euro?
America.
Yeah.
The Euro.
Copa America.
Euro.
The Euro.
I think the
It's
Euro's
like-
Copa
harder. I think the Euro's
I got a
harder than the
question.
World Cup, to be honest. In my opinion.
Whoa.
Euros?
Whoa. Oh, I'll take it.
I was thinking about this in
You
the
have
car, in
no
the drive one
Australia,
time.
no like North American
I was thinking this.
teams.
I'll take this.
I was
Copa
thinking about
America's
this.
hard, man.
No, but I was.
it's not,
Copa
bro.
America's the same teams. There's no qualifying for.
Is it the same
realistically.
teams? Uruguay 2011, Chile
No, I'm saying it's the
2015,
same teams
2016, Brazil
participating.
2019, 2021 Argentina. That's 4 different winners in a decade.
It's the same teams participating in every tournament, though. And
Okay,
then- and
because
they-
because there's not more
and they-
countries in the continent.
I know,
It's the
but
same
still.
thing with the Euro.
But that's
bro.
why.
yeah, we don't have-
But
sorry-
that's not my fault. It's that way.
Sorry, we don't have to beat Luxembourg to qualify for the Euro or to qualify for Copa America.
This guy loves that argument, eh? That's
It's true.
the number one argument.
Luxembourg could probably beat Bolivia.
No, they
Peru,
can't.
and
You cannot go to
Bolivia.
Bolivia.
Look up Luxembourg squad.
You cannot go to Bolivia and expect to win. I'm telling you right now, any South American team can lose in Bolivia.
Brazil don't even win in Bolivia.
Yeah.
You cannot go to
okay.
Bolivia right now and run 100 meters.
It's
You'll
the
literally pass out.
Oh, because
altitude.
of the
man.
altitude there?
Yes.
Okay, so
Italy
hold on.
wouldn't win in
You were
Bolivia.
saying something about thinking about the Euro being harder than the World Cup.
The only argument is because
I've never heard this one, so now I'm very curious.
you do have to have a qualification to get through. And obviously, there are more teams who are in the top 10 of FIFA rankings competing
Euro.
in the Euros.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But at the same time, you do have to be a better opposition to win. Okay. That's my
Okay,
To me,
so
the Euro is always harder than all the other competitions.
okay, so is the Euro harder than Copa America?
me-
That's the real question here.
To me, no.
No, you saying they're
America.
even playing field?
But you guys being biased
Don't say
'cause you're
Copa America is
South American?
harder than
I don't know, bro.
than the Euros. That's impossible.
Bro, Copa America.
Wait, why is that impossible?
Because the average of teams that make it to that tournament, there's more better teams in
Because
Europe.
there's naturally more selection. in
Okay, but
Europe.
but listen, we're talking about at the end of the day, there's a tournament and there's teams in it. There's more better teams in Europe than there are
Naturally.
in. Okay, well, bro, what you want me to do? I'm not
by the
Jesus
numbers.
Christ.
There's one thing you guys,
change the
listen, there's
world,
one thing
but-
you guys aren't mentioning that happened recently, and that's the Finalissima, where a South American team beat the
Exactly.
champion of South America beat the European team. But that was an Italy team that had
That was the exact same Italian team that won the Euros.
No,
Yeah.
was it?
Which, by the way,
No, they're
No,
missing.
it
They're missing
wasn't.
some players.
Who? Cheering Mobile? You the guy nothing. Nothing anyway.
I'll find a line.
listen,
But, like,
I don't know the
that
exact.
tournament was like that was like a
Okay, but
the,
you
the
still wanna
title
win.
of
Okay,
it
but
was South
also-
America versus Europe.
That's
but
like the equivalent of the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly.
And no one cares about it, bro. At the end of the day, no one cares about the finalissima.
I had to throw it in there as, like,
no one,
part
no
of the
one
argument.
cares. No one cares. The same way no one cares about Olympics. No,
people
one
care.
cares.
People care. No,
There's only one guy that celebrated. Actually, two guys that celebrated the Olympics.
No, I
win.
could say there was 100
You-
no, there-
you and Neymar.
no, there
And
was
that was it.
there was
no one else celebrated.
100
it.
million people are celebrating that Olympic win.
Bro, nobody cares.
Okay, just because
dude.
you don't care.
Nobody cares.
No, people care.
It's not
Okay,
respected.
let's do
It's
it.
not.
Let's do a
Did you?
survey.
How
Let's do a
hard did you?
survey.
How hard did you celebrate when Canada won gold?
When
I didn't even know when they do that.
I don't know. When
When
did
did
they
they-
do
the women's team?
hockey?
Oh, okay.
Oh, the
that's
World
different.
Juniors.
No, but like, no, but I'm just saying, like, did you guys feel like a lot of
No, I didn't
Canadians?
give a fucking flying fuck
the
about
Olympics
it. I
is
didn't care.
so saturated with so many sports. It's like, bro, who really cares?
No.
You're happy for whoever accumulates the most gold medals. Yeah, but in individual sports, who gives a fuck?
Did you watch the last Olympics? Did you
I don't
watch?
even know when it was.
Did you exactly? Did you watch the last
I just
Olympic
know they
soccer
coincide with
tournament?
all the Euros.
Did you
that's
watch
it.
the last Olympic soccer tournament?
No.
Congratulations. Did you watch it?
Of course.
No, you watched the finals when your team made it because you're like, fuck, finally we're gonna win a cup. At the end of the day, even the players that like teams don't call up their best players to the
Because you could
Olympics.
only call up 3 overage players. That's the
like,
rule.
That's
Okay.
like MLS designated
rule.
players.
Yeah,
shit.
But all your ballers are
and guess
young.
what? And guess
You
what?
wanna know why?
And guess
You wanna know
what?
why?
Guess
You
what?
wanna know why?
Guess
Because
what?
that
Guess what? No,
tournament,
no, no, no,
that
no,
tournament
no, no.
has
Guess-
no respect.
How? When Neymar picked.
who did they
Because clubs
play
are
in
like,
the
bro, I'm
finals?
not wasting my player
Okay.
on this dust tournament.
Okay, that's why Neymar picked Olympics over Copa America in 2016.
Because Neymar was
Because it
dying
matters
to
more.
win
Win
He
something.
had a
No,
better
no, no,
chance
no.
of winning the Olympics.
Exactly.
than Copa
There
America.
you go.
No, because
There
it
you go.
matters.
Who did they
No.
play in the finals? I don't even remember.
Wasn't it Germany?
Germany.
The Olympics?
Name one player on the Germany
Yeah, name
team.
one player.
Genter, Gnabry,
Ginter.
Max
Ginter.
Meyer.
Oh my god, Max Meyer,
Oh
bro.
my god.
One, maybe
I don't even know who else was on that
I
Brazil
don't know.
team other than Neymar.
It's like an under 20
Gabriel
World Cup.
Jesus?
That's
Oh,
what
is
it
it?
is. It's like an under 20
I
World
swear
Cup.
Messi's
Yeah.
won two Olympics now.
Oh, he has one, I think.
He has one. But they went to the finals twice, I think. No.
I'm not too sure.
I know they
He has
played
one.
I've
Nigeria
never
won
watched
Olympics,
the
but that
soccer
was it.
Olympics in my entire life.
Okay, congrats. You're one guy. I
I watched
did.
it once and I was like, bro, this is dust.
Yeah, they wear like fake jerseys. They're not even the real jerseys.
I think
That's
the,
true.
I think the
No,
women's
that's-
You,
Olympic
you
soccer
won.
is
You
more
won.
enticing.
You won the Olympics in a fucking fake
Okay,
jersey,
congrats.
bro.
You don't care. I
Pro
do.
Evolution jersey.
Okay, congrats. You don't care. I do.
It's the equivalent of winning men's
No, but
league
he,
Sunday
like-
soccer. It's the same
No,
thing.
it
bro.
matters to my people though.
It's still a gold medal. It's still a gold medal. It's still a gold medal. It's still like an achievement.
No one
But, like,
cares
but-
about it.
No, no.
But in
You
terms
can't
of
say no one
soccer,
cares.
In terms of like soccer,
Saying
it's-
no one cares is just not a fact because people do care.
So, yo, Steve, get him a tissue, man. It's good.
Yeah.
It's respectable. It's respectable when You have your best players on the pitch. You're playing against teams who are playing their best players.
Okay.
All those things matter.
I think that Olympics was rigged. For Brazil.
Wait, say that one more time.
You fell for his
Say what
trap.
you just said one more
What's
time.
your trap? No, let me hear the trap.
What did you just say? Best players, best teams?
This guy plays
Yeah.
trap card right now.
Okay, Neymar does have a trophy then. Confederations Cup.
Okay, good for him. Congrats.
Do you rate the Confederations Cup? Best
Listen,
players, best team.
Better than Olympics.
Best
for
players,
sure.
best team, no?
It's better than Olympics.
Okay, so that's a big trophy then.
It's better than
Is
Olympics.
it a big trophy?
It's better than Olympics. Which
And no,
you know.
no.
No, I'm telling you right now.
Without that-
If I have to rate all the tournaments, I'm going, and we're talking international. I'm going World Cup, Euro, Copa America, Confederations, Olympics.
Okay, yeah. That's
So
fair.
he's gotten 2 at the bottom.
fair.
Yeah, it's what he's
Okay,
used
but
to.
you just said best
Nothing.
squad, best team,
Nobody cares about the gold.
and they
Cup.
won it.
Gold Cup.
They
Again,
beat Spain's golden team
what on the back end of the
on
the back end of it.
Oh yeah, it's
No,
the best team.
bro,
What do you mean
yeah.
on the back end.
Again,
still world class players on the
You know,
side.
it goes down to preference, but no one besides you cares about the Olympics. So you can just we'll leave it at that.
Okay, guys, let's get over this Olympic shit now.
What
it's just part of it.
What
That's the truth.
what I do think is a good idea is I don't know if it's possible ever if they combine like North America and South America and make it called the Americas like tournament
Yeah, just Copa America with all the Americas.
with all the Americas because that will the same thing do a little quali into the America trophy into the America tournament.
Yeah.
And in that way you can have some like Canada now participate in.
Well, no, but aren't they trying to?
are.
Canada and states are going to be in the
They're gonna-
next.
but
They're
that's the thing.
inviting them, but he's
'Cause-
saying like have an actual like just
Because Copa
just
America,
Americas,
Copa
not
America
South and
usually
North.
has
Yes.
invitees. They always invite Mexico. They always invite like some other
the
teams.
Gold
in
Cup,
there.
the Gold Cup is always U.S. and Mexico realistically.
But
Now
so,
Canada.
So
but-
if they do invite some of these teams, like they can compete and some. I don't know,
So
it's
hold on,
better.
can it be argued then that like they need to invite teams to make it a better tournament?
No,
like
no.
not even within their own,
No,
not even within their own continent that they
not to
can
make a
find
better
enough
tournament.
talent.
No.
to make
Yeah,
it
what do you
That's
mean?
just not to
I think
make
it's
it
'cause
a
of the-
better,
it's 'cause
just
of
to
the
literally
numbers,
fill the
right?
numbers.
It's the numbers, yeah.
Numbers.
I don't know. But what do you mean they don't have enough? They don't have enough countries. What are you talking about?
No.
South America is a small continent.
How many countries do you think are in South America?
Well, bro, how many? I don't know. I
Well, you're gonna
actually
make a
don't know.
tournament with
takes
6
up
teams?
half the continent.
Well, bro, naturally there's only that, like you said, naturally there's only that many countries. So naturally use your countries. Play.
You can have a tournament
So
with
naturally
like
the
6
Euro
teams.
is
It's not
the
six.
better
There's not
tournament.
6 countries in.
There's like
North.
10 or 12.
No.
Yeah, if you include like French Guyana, but they're in CONCACAF.
No, but I like that idea. I like the Americas, and then that'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be like, but yeah, it shouldn't be Copa America and then inviting Canada and the States. It should just be like,
You should just amalgamate
Yeah.
both
Americas,
tournaments.
yeah.
That's it.
And if anything, they have their own little qualifiers within their continents, but the final will be with everyone together.
yeah.
Because
I
then the
like
way you
that
can still
idea.
separate it, because you still have your president who's involved with CONCACAF and CONMEBOL. You obviously
Yes.
still have to have that like relationship.
Yeah.
But I'm sure if you had like a tournament where they qualies, finals,
Yeah.
Do you
I
host
agree
it
with
in the
that.
States?
host it anywhere.
Yeah. They
Nowadays you're hosting.
change it.
Nowadays you're hosting games for like 6 countries. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The World Cup was just in Qatar. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
where
they'll
it is.
they'll have one game in Canada. The other game will be in Chile, the most bottom country.
Do you are you guys happy that Canada is it confirmed that they're going to be in the?
I'm not sure.
But they've spoken about it. Like,
but
would you want to see Canada there?
Yes.
Oh, I'd love to
Yeah.
see. 'Cause they need to
good
play against better
competition.
competition. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Playing
I would-
against Curacao and St. Kitts and these. Come on.
But I'll tell you, they're not gonna do well in that tournament either.
It's okay. Get the experience for
But
2026.
but I'm saying is like they have a team now, and I always tell them the other conversation we had. These guys, they have a team now to compete in
Gold
CONCACAF
Cup.
in Gold
Gold
Cup.
Cup, yeah.
They can win because they've shown they've done it already. They proved it,
Yeah.
and they are literally the best team in CONCACAF.
Yeah. I agree.
Right? Despite the World Cup
As of
and how
now,
the thing
yeah.
happened, but we were in the death
They're in the
group.
hardest group.
We were in the hardest group technically with Morocco and Croatia.
100%.
So
No, you can't argue the USA was
okay, but can I say something?
That group was ridiculous.
me
that they were
and
in.
Jay, we had a lot of conversations on the road, and I always said to him, I go, bro, Canada is going to be lucky if they even score a goal.
I thought so too.
Yeah, in
And
that group for sure.
Bro, no, this guy's saying they're gonna make it out.
No.
I go, bro. They may not even score. They may not even score one goal.
No,
and
Jay-
all they did was score one goal.
Jay-
One was a own goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All they did was score one fucking goal. So as much as we're proud of them, I think this goes back to the mentality of like we can't be losers. Like we shouldn't be happy with that. That like
No.
to me that wasn't
No,
enough.
and that's the thing.
Especially with
like,
the amount of hype we had going into
We
the
built too
tournament.
much hype around us.
Holy fuck! Which is understandable.
It's
like it was
understandable.
exciting. People were excited, but
been a
we
while.
can't stand for that.
But Jay is who does like boost Canada a lot, and I respect it. Like obviously you want to show that like representation, you want to support
You're
your team.
Canadian, right?
You want to support your team, but I'm realistic, and at the same time, it's like you have to be realistic, right?
You have to.
They are a good team for CONCACAF. I get it. Herdman did a good job bringing his team together. He did that. He's a good man manager. You know, the players are good. We have world class players. You know, Davies, 11 best. Well, 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
So we can compete. But now, if you go into South America, you have a lot more and higher staked opponents, and they didn't prepare themselves enough to go to the World Cup.
They played like 2 friendlies. They played like
I
Uruguay and Japan.
knew going to face Uruguay and Japan weeks away from the World Cup, that's not enough.
Yeah.
You're facing some of the best teams, and I get it. Belgium game, we hyped ourselves up because we played well,
For sure.
but it was against a poor Belgium side.
One of the worst ones in a long time.
Everyone thought Belgium, they're still ranked first. They have De Bruyne,
generation.
they have Hazard, they have all these players who are good, but at the same time, they were never a team.
Yeah.
And they showed it in the World Cup by all the shit that went down.
Their two best players literally hate each other,
Yeah.
Courtois and De Bruyne.
Yeah, so they literally were never a team. So for us to go out there and say we played well, I accept it. But it wasn't like we
played entertaining. We didn't play to really win.
and
Why is Davies taking a penalty in that moment? Because he's our golden
Let him
boy.
score, man.
he's our
No,
he's our
if
face
you want to
player.
win these tournaments, win these games, you got to put whoever can actually take penalties, who's a designated penalty taker. I'm sorry, but like when we were there watching that game, I was like, why is like I needed him to score for my bet? Okay, okay, like perfect opportunity. But as a fan, like no, you got to have Jonathan
Was that
David.
selfish? Would you think that's the way I see that was like, and listen, I could be completely wrong, and maybe he proves me wrong one day, but I thought that was like, I need this goal. I need to take this penalty for the fucking Instagram photo.
Oh, for sure.
I want
That's a
the
hot
photo
take.
of me.
He needed that goal.
I want the photo of me, Canada's best player to date. Photo of me running, jumping, celebrating. Instagram, they're gonna love me. I scored the goal.
I scored Canada's first
scored
goal.
Canada's
I scored
first
Canada's
goal.
first goal.
That's what it was.
Eventually,
And
got
he
it.
did.
He
He
still
got
did.
it.
That was my
still
opinion on
did.
it.
And-
when at the end of the day, he is not our penalty taker. We just know that. Like, you know what I mean? It just is what it is. So I don't know. I saw that thing's a lot, but I think the big question that is circling Canada soccer right now is Herdman in, Herdman stays, or Herdman out?
I will always say, and that's the same argument we're going with, if they want to compete, they have to get a manager who can now take them to the next level.
Yeah.
Herdman did his job. He brought his team. He made a good relationship with his team. Family really well oriented. Got them together. There's still a lot of young players. Some older guys who brought the experience in, but now they're on their way out. Okay, now Davies is the new captain. Whoever's the new captain, now leader. Now let's get it good. Let's get it good and let's get it done right.
Yeah.
But we need to bring the right guy to it. And
Tactician,
if we're
somebody
gonna,
with some skill.
smart. Who's smarter with his tactics?
Who's available?
And that's the thing. It's going to be hard, and it's going to be someone who actually wants to be there for a long run.
The
You,
dream.
you have
the
some
dream,
good coaches available. You have Martinez, Fernando Santos, and these other guys that quit.
But you need someone who knows is going to be there for a long run
you
and
need-
can be there for a while.
You need Ancelotti,
And that's what everyone's
we
saying.
need
He's
Ancelotti.
He's Canadian.
That's what everyone's saying.
Well, you know his wife. His wife
wife
is,
lives-
he
he
spends a lot of
lives
time
here,
in
yeah.
Vancouver. He would be the dream for
would.
Canada. Leave
He would.
Madrid, which to be honest, I'd like to see him at Italy.
Yeah.
But I think he would actually rather coach Canada. I think there's less pressure.
Yeah.
And his wife is Canadian. He spends a lot of time in Canada anyways. He said that he had been watching the Canadian team and keeping an eye on what they're doing. He would be the dream, bro. If,
That would be
if fucking
hilarious.
Zio Carlo came to Canada, that would be,
having cannolis.
dude. I'd be like, then
that's
I'd like.
it is kind of perfect for us too, especially
be
with the
perfect.
For the
especially with
Canadian soccer
yeah.
thing, especially with our whole hype around Italian players and the TFC thing, like it would be hilarious to have him here.
But again,
No,
a
I
great
think
coach.
he's
He's a
actually,
great
bro.
coach.
Listen, he's potentially GOAT. Like he's in the GOAT
Yeah.
debate for
He's won it all.
I
coaches.
think he goes to Italy. I think he coaches Italy before he coaches Canada.
I don't think he wants that, bro. A lot of what I noticed, a lot of Italian coaches don't. Like great Italian coaches don't want that position. I think that actually happens a lot with a lot of different coaches. Like a lot of Spain's best coaches. Okay, Luis Enrique is an exception, but a lot of them don't go. Like a lot of guys don't want to coach their national team because it's just like there's so much pressure. They have one bad tournament, all of a sudden you're a shit coach. You were never good.
You're also never played. It's like it's always in camps. You're never actually like with the team.
Yeah, which is why
You're
I think
watching games all over the world.
they want those jobs when they're a little older.
Yeah,
That's why I'm saying Ancelotti's he's completed.
he's complete,
coaching,
bro. He's done
coaching
everything.
club football, right? What's the next step?
I
It's
could see him coaching
international.
Italy.
it's hard.
I
I
don't
want to
think
see
he does
him
that.
coach Italy.
You said-
Mourinho coach Portugal.
I think
You
would be
said
crazy.
pressure. I don't think he
I think-
really feels pressure.
I think the
Maybe not him because he's done so much already that he just is like I don't really give a fuck. But I don't know. I'd like to see. I'd actually like to see him at Canada. And sorry, one more point I want to make quickly about Canada is I have to say though that when they scored that goal against Croatia, for me, I felt equally as happy as I do when Italy scores.
Yeah,
which was
100%.
which was a cool feeling.
It was good
I
to
really
experience.
and I should also say, like, I have said in conversations off camera that maybe I felt even a little more like passion towards it because it's truly my country. Like I was born here, you know.
yeah.
So I think a lot of people felt that, and that was a fucking really cool feeling.
I truly.
And
That was
that's
cool.
something you want to experience going forward.
Yes.
Because it's something we've never experienced before.
I want it to be continuous.
Yes, we've never experienced it before. So even watching we've watched all of the games during qualifiers, and some of these new fans, they watched the end of it when they started getting better.
Yeah.
We were there from the beginning. We watched
Same.
some from at the BMO Field.
Freezing,
And
freezing at BMO
The
Field,
stadium
by
was
the way.
half empty, and then we
Yeah.
started going to the last game, and there was
Stadium was
packed.
packed. You
You
couldn't
couldn't
even
get
get a
tickets,
ticket.
right?
I was
And
watching the whole
and
journey.
it's good. Like I'm not saying they're bandwagons. It's their national team. Where everyone is welcome to support who you
support,
want.
yeah.
Like you
I
know what
started
mean?
following the national team from the last Gold Cup when they lost to Mexico in the semis, I think. We lost to Mexico in the semis. It was last year,
Yeah.
a couple years ago, like when Tejan was still
Tejan
at
was
New
cooking.
England and he was going crazy. I was like, holy fuck. I was on St. Clair at some club with, not a club, some bar with all these Mexicans watching the game. I'm like, yo, Canada could like fucking do
They can
this.
ball, yeah,
And
yeah,
after
yeah.
that, I'm like, yo, we can qualify for the World
So
Cup. Like, there's a good shot.
Yeah, even those games against Mexico, games against USA, like we were excited when they won, and like those were good
yeah.
moments. And then just if they now 2026 we're gonna be there.
Yes.
Let's get the wins. We need the wins.
We need wins.
We,
We need the
we
wins.
need the competition.
We
We
need
need
the
to play
wins.
against
We need knockout
top tier
World
teams.
Cup football. That's
We
what
need the wins, and like
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. This Copa
America.
America that they're invited to is gonna help, hopefully.
true.
But they need the manager who can do it, get it right now,
Yeah, I agree. With
and
that.
that can bring them to the World Cup, which is in 4 years. So they need a manager that can take them in for the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They need
I
some
mean,
Galati.
If Herdman goes into this Copa America and does okay, good enough, where we're all like satisfied, but we need to do well. We
Yeah.
need to do good enough. Where we're like, okay, you know what? Let's hit this now. Gold Cup comes, we should be taking that like with nothing, like winning every single game.
But again, that's where it comes down to the mentality aspect of it, right? It's like that's why I like, yeah, happy Canada made it, got that feel good moment, got the goal, finally felt a goal, how it felt as a Canadian, whatever, and that was all great.
And they get
But like, I got
slapped
the
4-1.
mentality that's just not enough. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No.
do we want to just be the team that like, you know, makes it in, and then if we're lucky, we score a fucking goal? Like, no, like we want to be the team that can fucking win a game, make it to the round of 16. You know what I mean? Impress the world. You know what I mean? And I think that, listen, we did our job up until the World Cup, which was great, and now we gotta keep reaching for the next level.
And I think they did just as well as I expected. Anyone expected. Sure,
Yeah.
0 points, but they went out there. They got it done. They surprised a lot of players. They surprised a lot of teammates,
Yeah.
a lot of fans too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even opposition. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, who's this Tejan guy? Who's this David's guy? Who's this Alistair guy? They got signed. They got in contracts.
I love seeing that.
Kone.
Man.
They're
I
abroad
love
now.
I
They're
love
playing
seeing
European
that.
football. Like they got noticed, and that's perfect for us. As much as you got 0 points, we did fuck on the World Cup.
Yeah.
Our players
Are gonna
graduated.
Go get, and they're gonna go
team's
get
going
like proper
Yeah.
training.
They
now,
got
like,
graduated.
real-
So that's what I'm saying. Herdman doesn't have that in him where he knows, okay, these players got it. I need someone to like go in there and get it done right.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying Ancelotti with this team, I feel like it's set
Yeah.
for him.
be
If
heat.
he's going to Italy, it'd be a lot more harder to pick this guy. Oh, he's Brazilian, but I need him still because he's Italian. He's
Yeah.
Italian. You know what I mean? Like you're picking. It's,
Yeah.
it's hard.
I
It's
think
hard.
with Herdman, what he was really good at too was convincing like dual citizenship players to be like, "Hey, yo, come play for Canada. Look at the team we got."
That's
Like,
what you need,
like
yeah.
I would try to keep him around.
Keep
because
Herdman, keep Herdman,
keep
but-
him as
but
something,
you need-
some type
but
of
as much
keep
as-
him in the association.
yeah,
Yeah.
put him as like sporting director or some shit like
Yeah.
that, or like
as much as you
whatever
have
it is.
Ancelotti, whoever is in there, keep Herdman in there, keep that relationship tight. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I
Herdman
agree
is the
with
guy
that.
who have the tactics. Herdman is the guy talking to you on the side, be like, "You got this, buddy. You know you
Yeah.
got this. This is you. This
Yeah.
is your game."
Herdman's reached
said he's
his
a man
pinnacle.
manager.
He
That's all it
reaches
is.
he reaches
Keep that
pinnacle.
guy. Keep that guy still there. He's running the team, but you need Ancelotti to, you know what? When the times comes, no, I need us to do this and do it now. Do it right. Not, I don't know. Should we come like this? Should we set up like that? You know,
Yeah.
it's not that time anymore.
You know who I think is. Well, I mean, it's not. It's the transfer window hasn't really technically started
No.
fully, but the one guy I hope that gets a chance at Europe is Kamal Miller. I think
yeah.
I think that
He
Kamal
deserves
Miller
it.
was the best Canada player in
100%.
the World Cup.
100%.
Like without a shadow of a doubt, you know, a guy that no one was looking at. I don't care what nobody says. No one was looking at Kamal Miller to be that guy. And every single game he showed up, he was that guy. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm happy for Alistair Johnson. I'm happy for, you know, Kone. Like, these guys deserved it. Don't get me wrong. But one guy I think that really deserves it is Kamal, man. Kamal fucking deserves it, bro.
I think he'll get a move. If not to a better like European team, he might move to one of the top like MLS teams like LAFC.
No, we gotta get it. He deserves Europe.
He's got to go to Europe, but
and you know what the beauty is?
deserves a
I think
move
he's
regardless.
He's 23 or 24, so he's still at a pretty good age to make that jump. And then the beauty of center backs is that, man, those guys they're kind of like goalies. Like they can play forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look at Pepe,
PK, all these guys are playing forever, right? So he's in a position. I think if he can get to Europe and have a nice long run in Europe, I think that runs side by side with him having a nice long run with Canada as well, which I'm more than happy about because he was our rock back there. Him and Vitoria, like we're lights out in my opinion. Like for you know what I mean for who they had to go up against, I was impressed with both of them. But Kamal Miller, I gotta give the guy a huge shout out, man, because he deserves European football in my opinion.
no, he does.
No,
I totally
I
agree.
believed in him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You have that faith?
He had a really good MLS.
No, I knew he was
season.
gonna cook.
Yeah.
No, but like that though,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
cooked, bro.
For
He
Montreal,
cooked.
for Montreal,
I
Montreal
knew.
had a really good season. Like he was the best player on that team.
Yeah, but again, you're talking about MLS at the end of the day. When now you're
Yeah.
going up against.
But still, it was
Kramaric,
exciting. It was exciting to see. Like,
Like, you're
okay,
talking
let's
about big boys,
see these
dude,
top
like-
MLS players against these top European. It was nice to see that. Okay, like the playing field wasn't level, but it's getting closer.
Yeah,
the gap's
yeah.
getting closer, and okay, let's see him play in
But
Europe.
then it
now.
goes back to what we're saying. Now these guys, for Canada, it's two things: get a coach who can take them to that next level, but also these guys need a chance in Europe to have that European training style, to have that lifestyle of this is fucking football. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So
for sure.
I mean, yeah, we're getting it with Kone. We're gonna get it with Alistair Johnson. But another guy that fucking deserves it. He's at a good age, in a prime position to make that jump. He's got to make it. He's gotta
I
make
think
the
it's
jump.
because he's bald. They think he's old.
Oh,
I
my
think so.
gosh.
No, but my take on the manager situation.
I
What,
was waiting for this guy.
Everyone says Jay's takes.
it's, okay.
Drum roll.
Jace takes.
No,
Jace
what do you-
takes.
Like, look, Canada is a small nation at the end of the day in soccer.
Yeah, facts.
What are you guys really expecting like an Ancelotti level manager to do? Like realistically? Because I think for these small nations, it's important you build a culture.
We have that culture.
Yeah, but like what?
Recent.
Okay,
It's just
but
it's a
what would you really expect Ancelotti to do? Like, what would be?
Okay, let me
what
ask
would
you a
be a good
question.
thing? What
So
would be a
if-
Here,
disappointment?
I'll
If
tell
he-
you. I'll tell
okay,
you.
go.
What Marcelo Flores, he chose Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Is there a better chance he chooses Canada if Ancelotti's at the reins?
Well, given that he's playing second division Spain now, he fell off. I don't want him.
Now,
okay,
no.
but, okay, but let's
Yeah,
let's
but if Ancelotti was at the reins while Tomori was still in
exactly.
question.
Does Tamori come? Do
He
these
might bring more
do these
recruitment-wise,
do
I can
these
see
guys do these
recruitment-wise.
guys come
Yeah, that's
because of
actually
who's at the
That's a
reins?
huge point.
Yeah, listen again. Herdman did a good job for what he was capable of doing, bringing in guys with the dual citizenship. But if you got Ancelotti at the reins, bro, you got a better chance of getting these.
now.
top-
Ancelotti with this team?
You're not calling them. They're calling you.
Yeah,
I want to play.
facts. It's
I want to
true.
play for Ancelotti.
Yeah, I don't speak English, but my aunt's Canadian. Can I come play?
Now
Can
they
I
want to
come
play for us, and that's a thing. Like,
Yeah, that matters to me. I think.
No, recruitment's
My
a good,
grandpa's
a good
French
shout.
Canadian. Can I come play for you guys?
Recruitment's a good shout, but like, you guys really expect Canada to get an Ancelotti level manager?
why not?
Let's dream. We've
Crazier
dreamed, we made it
things have
this far.
happened, bro.
Why
Crazier
not?
things have happened.
Why not?
I
Why
don't know.
not? What? But back to your question. What's the minimum? Let's say we get Ancelotti tomorrow, and we do go to this Copa America. When is it? Next year?
Yeah.
Okay. I think we can come at least, if it's how big it's going to be, we can come out of the group and maybe the first round. Sure, we have. Sure, we have Brazil, Argentina, Colombia's washed. Mexico and USA are washed. We're better than them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Colombia's
Ecuador-
beating Canada though.
No, man. Colombia?
Yeah.
They don't have anyone. Who do they have?
Luis Diaz, bro.
No, okay. They have those two teams.
Ecuador?
Ecuador is quality. They have young players coming up.
Ecuador sucks.
Shut
No,
up.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But again, it's going to be tough. Yeah, in the situation you're
I'm a
playing
quarter
in South
Ecuadorian
America.
Italian.
You're playing in South America is going to be tough, but I feel like we can do it. We've shown we can do something in Europe in the World Cup.
Yeah.
And then after that, let's say we have to win the Gold Cup. That's easy. We have to win the Gold Cup. We have to get that. And then 2026, you know what? If we get out of the group stage and win that first game, that'd be amazing because now there's more rounds. Now there's more teams.
Yeah.
There's going to be weaker sides.
There's gonna be 48 teams
If
for
we
that
keep
tournament?
winning, we're going to be ranked higher. We can get a nice group where we have smaller sides where we can
Yes.
knock those two last place teams out.
Yeah.
Get into the knockout
I
stages
agree.
and win those games.
And
We can do it.
Ancelotti, he brings more respect. People will just automatically put more respect on Canada's name,
Yeah.
which is you also need that going into these tournaments. You need that going into qualifying. You need these guys to have more respect at the end of the day. We've done a great job, like I said, and hats off to Herdman for what he's done. But we got to take the next step in every aspect of Canadian football, and upping our coach is one of them.
We gotta keep evolving.
We can't stay with the same guy, bro. It's just we've seen what happens to so many teams, so many national teams who just stick it out with the same guy, bro. Yeah. And it's like they hit the peak, and then they stick with the guy, and then it's just downhill from there, and they never can reach that same level that they were at, right?
But look at Portugal.
But it's, in my opinion, it's not like most times when people have a gaffer for so long, it's because, and people start complaining, it's because he's not doing too well. He starts declining. Herdman hasn't been declining. If anything, he's going up.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
and don't you think that?
But we want to take that risk to not be like, okay, let's not see how far down he goes.
But
let's
also,
just get another.
Yeah. Do you want him to start going downhill for us to make a change? Sometimes you should never do that.
But also, don't you guys think that that Canadian team kind of overachieved?
No.
Let him leave on a high note. Let him leave on a high note. He did what he did for Canada.
You don't think this team overachieved?
Don't even let him leave. Keep him on.
No,
help him find the
overachieved
next
would have
This
been
team overachieved.
But like,
no,
how do you
overachieved
We
would have been.
Did we think of making this World Cup?
Overachieved?
No,
yeah,
the way we played this,
we
the
did.
way we played in qualifying, it was
overachieved would have been.
No, the
Overachieved would have
whole
been
way,
winning a
bro.
game.
Before it started, no one thought that.
No,
Canada was
obviously,
obviously-
the Gold Cup last year, I 100%
for us
knew
to go
Canada
for
could
us
do
to
it.
go almost undefeated. No one
Okay,
had
to almost
that.
go undefeated and finish first.
That's
okay,
not
but,
overachieving.
But to finish,
It was a question mark, bro.
That's overachieving.
It was a question mark.
Canada almost went undefeated.
okay,
That's not
to do
overachieving
as
for you.
well as they did. Yes, to like finish first undefeated, like concede almost no goals, whatever.
Listen, I think
But
we leave on a let Herdman leave on a high note. Give him exactly what. Give him a good exit.
Yeah.
Give him a good exit. Leave on a high note, and let's
give him the
try to-
pension.
let's try to give him the pension, and
pension plan.
it's kind of like okay,
And the thing is that-
we're a footy podcast, but quickly because we're from Toronto. No one wanted to let go of DeMar DeRozan. We let go of DeMar DeRozan. We got Kawhi Leonard. We win a championship.
That's what I'm saying.
Sometimes
season.
in one season. Sometimes you just have to make the jump.
You do.
It hurts. Respect the guy for what he did. Let him leave on a high note.
And the same thing.
That's
The only
my-
thing that's worrying is the actual association. Because
Yeah.
the Canadian Football Association is still...
It's a shambles.
It's a shamble. It's still...
garbage,
And they're at that point where, you know what? Yeah, we're comfortable. Let's just ride it. Because end of the day, these organizations, they don't really care about the football as much as we
about the
want.
money.
It's about the money.
It's all
And as
about
much
the
as much as
blood clot
they're
money.
making money and they're happy and Herdman's happy and everyone's happy, okay, let them keep going until we know what we start seeing decline. Then people start complaining.
Yeah.
But you don't
That's
want
why
that.
we need the mob in
That's
there
why-
because they'll run it properly.
I wouldn't even say
Ancelotti,
Canada,
bro.
I wouldn't even say Canada Soccer's making money. They sold all their rights
To who?
That's true.
for the next 10 years.
But to which
Canada Soccer Business, this company.
Oh, I CSBA or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say they're making money.
Don't they
but
also co-own the CPL as well?
One Soccer?
One Soccer.
But you know what I mean?
Look,
At that point...
do I want Ancelotti? Yes, of course. Like, would I say no to Ancelotti?
not.
No.
No.
But like, do I think like his arrival means we're gonna make like World Cup quarterfinals?
Yeah.
Like, no.
I think we have a better chance.
I think
Yeah,
it
yeah.
propels our chances.
But
way
it's like,
higher.
I don't know. First off, do we sign him? Does he want to deal with this shitty board?
Yeah, listen. We're
we're
on a
speaking
dream.
hypothetically.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking on a dream.
We're thinking we're gonna sign him like cause his wife's Canadian. Cause like IVTV posted, oh, like Ancelotti in a Canada jersey. Like that doesn't necessarily
That thing
mean
get
it's
you
possible.
horned up though.
Yeah, I got excited. I'd love to see that. I like Ancelotti, but also,
Listen, we can't dream. We
what
can't
can
dream.
Ancelotti do? Ancelotti's never had a bad roster.
It's not a bad
You don't
roster.
think this
but,
Canadian
like-
team is bad? This Canadian team is that's getting bad.
They're not world class.
Not world class
Yeah, but-
players.
Bro, what do you mean we
Talk
made the
about
World
world
Cup? We're world class.
But
Okay, but Ancelotti has always had a world class roster his whole career.
Always.
okay.
That's why I see.
Give him a lock. Give
But
him.
at the same time-
give him a bottom 24 team in the tournament.
But at the same time,
What will he
like
do?
Ant said, there's nothing wrong with him going out there and trying. If he fails, he fails. We tried it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, he can't say much. Oh, I wasn't training Canada. Okay, yeah, you were coaching Canada. But if you fail, you fail. But honestly,
But Herdman hasn't failed yet.
but we're not set up to fail right now. We're
I
at
think
the
he kind
point
of
where
failed.
we're
I
going to
think
go
he
up.
kind of failed in the World Cup because you could have came out of that group if you
Did
actually.
you expect us to get a win?
Yeah, of course.
No way.
Did you not see the same Belgium game we played? How did we not score any goals?
But before the World Cup, you expected him to win the game.
Yeah, before the World Cup, I expected them to come out of the group, bro.
I saw the Belgium game too, but it's knockout football. Anything can happen.
No,
That's
exactly. That's what
realistic.
I'm saying. Like, maybe his downfall starting to begin because you go into the tournament like too overconfident. You're playing to entertain. You're not playing to win. If you watch them play, they just play to entertain. Realistically.
Okay, but
I mean, that's a
also-
hot take. That's a hot take. But also,
that's a
I
hot
think
take, yeah.
leading up
No,
to
but
the
look
World
at it.
Cup, not playing certain friendlies.
But that's also the board's
Things
fault,
That's the
like
whole,
not
it's the
his.
whole organization.
You can't blame
But
the
the
gaffer
thing,
there.
once you have a manager like Ancelotti,
Yeah, but then he said
once
what
you
he said about Croatia. Like that looks
exactly.
terrible.
But that's the thing. Once you get a manager like Ancelotti who is well
Heat of the
respected
moment.
and has is already has been put in these situations where like he's in high pressure, he'll get shit done.
Yeah.
If he asks for something, no one's gonna say no to
the
him.
board's not saying
That
no
guy's
to
got a cigar in
Ancelotti.
his
bro.
mouth.
End of the
eyebrow
day,
like
end of the
this.
day, if he does come, let's say it's not Ancelotti, let's say it's another like high like manager. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he wants something and you know that the Canadian Soccer Association like wants this guy on the team,
Yeah.
they're gonna do whatever he wants.
Yeah, like the only way a gaffer like that even gets put into leading Canada is there's going to be so much shit on the back end, contracts that are signed that's
Oh,
like
yeah.
I guaranteed get this, and that. If I ask for something, I fucking get it. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing, because I'm sure this organization too, like the CSB, whatever, they don't want to get rid of Herdman because he's kind of like their puppet. He's their puppet. He can do what he wants. He's going to say yes because at the end of the day, they're giving him a good
The
job.
Illuminati vibes going on.
They're giving him a good job because
Ancelotti in Canada would be amazing, but realistically, I don't think it's gonna happen. We don't have the
but
funds
that's the
to
thing.
have him.
It's obviously
he can make more money than
it's-
all the players.
It's a massive dream. It's a massive dream because it's thing like Herdman is nothing without Canada. You know what I mean? Like who was he before he came to the team?
Bro,
Canada is nothing
he
without
got kicked
Herdman.
out of
either.
Sunderland's coaching.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Like, academy.
we are grateful.
He's only coached Sunderland's like youth teams, and then he went to the New Zealand's women's team, then Canada's women's team, and then our men's team.
And look
He's
how
never
well he
coached, like, a
did
club
for someone
team, like.
But look how well he did for something.
No, he
for
did
someone
amazing.
who's
He did
done
amazing.
nothing.
Don't get it twisted. He done amazing. I love the guy for what he's done.
I think
I think he's gonna continue to lead the squad. To be honest, and in a realistic opinion, he's gonna continue to lead. He's gonna take us, and we'll see where it goes.
I think it's a little not disrespectful, but like you guys are what's the word? Undervaluing him
Ungrateful.
in a way because look, you just said it. Look, he's been in women's teams more than men's teams,
Yeah.
and he's done so well for us. His first World Cup
Yeah.
in the
It's his first qualifying
in his
campaign, I
first
think.
try. He made the World Cup.
But my argument is still that we have the best players in CONCACAF. If you do not go out there and win with the team that we have
Yeah,
compared to
facts.
the opposition, it's a little sad. Mexico are
let's see how
a
we
poor
do.
and they're a rundown team. Their management is sacked. I'm pretty sure.
Martino, right?
Their youth quality level is gone so down. They have no quality anymore. They still play the same like 30-year-olds.
Still
that are
playing
in the
Ochoa,
MLS.
bro.
You know what I mean?
That guy's
They
not
have-
bro.
they have
It's
players
not always
balling.
about having the best players.
No,
though.
but at the same time,
Ochoa's a baller,
sure,
but, like,
you
still.
always rate Mexico as this high team in CONCACAF because their league one. First of all, their league is well established. It's better than the MLS. It's better than
Yeah.
whatever we have. USA, they have big quality prospects coming up, but Canada, for a small nation that we are, and like you said, we're still a young national team. We have quality talent.
yeah, and you know what the
We
other
have
key is there?
quality
We have
talent.
the best coach in CONCACAF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I understand that.
Mexico's coach and U.S. coach are trash.
Yeah.
That's why they're trash.
Yeah.
Are they
But that's
both
the thing.
fired?
It's expected.
Yeah, they
Martino
both left.
and Greg.
No, I think the
Berhalter are
USA
all
guy is
there.
still there. USA guy
The
is
American
still there.
coach is still there.
Yeah, he's
But no
still
one
there.
likes him.
Okay, but here's my question now about the World Cup. I want to bring it back to the World Cup quickly.
Let's go.
Did you guys like the World Cup in December, November, whatever?
You know what?
No, I thought like players being in mid-season form, like it
Yes.
worked.
I agree.
Yeah.
You know what? I have to say, I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it at this point.
Yeah.
Less injuries. Players are in form. They're not tired by the end of the season. So there was something about it that I liked. I understand the whole like summer thing. We just like it here in
For
Canada
us,
because
for
it's like,
us,
bro,
yeah.
it's warm outside.
Yeah,
but at the end of
you
the
go
day,
outside.
like I was seeing videos of like Miami, and they were
Yeah,
they
exactly.
were living the dream.
Even
It was
in
amazing.
Argentina, like it looks like summer
Yeah.
right
And
now.
the beauty
There's
is-
no- there's
and the-
like
and actually
people in
the-
the
And
Buenos
actually, the
Aires.
beauty of it is that like it's holidays, so a lot of time for like people in work and stuff like that, they get the time off to watch their
Yeah.
team, this
Yeah.
and that. There was something beautiful about it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm
Yeah.
torn because of you want to stay with the traditions when it comes to that stuff, but at the same time,
It was different. I like that.
it was different.
I think for
don't know.
us, for like as like a personal reason, like it wasn't that great because there was no Italy and it was in December.
Yeah,
so
but
like
no Italy has nothing to do with the time.
no,
No,
but like
shit.
but no
Yeah.
Italy, no party. That's what I'm saying.
If
Yeah,
Italy-
yeah.
if
Like
Italy-
I like to see because like
Yeah.
when Brazil wins, when Portugal wins, it's a party. You just have a good time. Like St. Clair, whatever up here in Woodbridge on College Street, it's fun. I love the moments. Even Argentina when they won on
Marketing
St.
legend
Clair.
though, eh? Marketing legend.
He was there.
St. Clair. I
His
didn't.
Versace jersey. This guy kills me, bro. This guy kills me, bro. This guy kills me.
But like in terms of like football and the whole experience, it was probably the best World Cup. No English fans got arrested for the first time.
Well,
in
you
like
know why?
20, 30 years.
Because there was no drinking either.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were saying before, like, oh, no drinking, this is going to affect the whole World Cup. But, like, I think that really helped it, where people were really focused onto the game.
The
you know,
game, rather
just
than
enjoy the
partying.
game. Yeah.
and just partying. You know, sometimes when you're drunk, you don't think what you do.
No,
and,
of
you know,
course.
If you have a France fan and you're an English guy and he's celebrating and you're drunk,
The
bro,
Euros.
I'm gonna try to punch him.
England
You know what I
guys are
mean?
knocking out Italian fans and shit.
No, like
Bro, when Italy won the Euro, I left my house to go drive to St. Clair. I passed by like an English bar, and there's all these drunk English dudes outside. They're all fucking just sad, you know. And okay, I did a little bit of like, you know, I gave them the honks, had the Italy flag, whatever. Dude, they were whipping beer cans at my car, not giving a fuck.
Shit.
Exactly,
You
I'm telling
dirty
you, man.
motherfucker.
even like I was watching on TV when they tied the U.S. and they went to like England and they showed like the fans were reacting. They tied, they didn't lose.
Yeah.
They were throwing their beers everywhere, making a mess,
Yeah.
a mess.
Yeah.
English fans are a menace.
Listen, I'll make the. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. Football's never coming home because those guys have no respect for the sport.
Facts.
Those guys just want to party, drink, celebrate. That's all they care about. They don't actually care about the fucking sport of football. None of them are actually, this is my opinion, it's probably the hottest take of all time. Just because they have the best league, whatever, the most competitive league. Those guys aren't passionate. They just want to win to celebrate. They don't want to win because they actually care about the sport. You know what I'm trying to say?
I agree with that.
They don't give a fuck.
I
They're
hear
not.
it.
I don't know. That to me, they don't feel
Genuine.
genuinely
That
passionate.
word.
They think they care more about their club
They feel like they
than they care
deserve
about
it.
their
They're
entitled.
They're entitled. They're entitled. They're
bro.
entitled.
And then again, it's the classic, bro. We have the best league.
But it's
Shut
funny
up, bro. You
because
guys are
it's funny because
losers.
they feel entitled because their own media tells them that they are.
Yeah, facts. That's a fact.
They feed themselves. It's like, oh, I think I'm the best. Well, yeah, like my fucking mom tells me I'm the best kid in the world. Of course I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah.
You know, like my girl tells me I'm the best boyfriend ever. Of course I'm the best boyfriend ever.
That's probably like a downfall for them, I guess, because like they go into tournaments thinking that they're this world class. Football's coming home.
and that's what's gonna That's what's gonna drop the quality of the players coming out of that nation because some of these
I
young
agree.
players have so much pressure. And let's
Yeah.
look at the way they perform in the World Cup. Yeah, it's good, but look at Harry Kane. Fuck, poor guy. Missed a penalty. These kids in the Euros, they unfortunately they're black, but they got all the disrespect from their own fans.
Facts.
Yeah,
That's your nation.
Terrible. That's
You got
terrible.
disrespect from your own nation. Who cares what your fucking color of skin is? If you care about the game, you know what? We reached the finals. We did way better than what we expected from our previous teams with greater talent, and we made it this far. And we
bro.
literally trusted on like 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds to do it for
Because
us.
they're not passionate about the sport. They don't actually care about the sport. They just wanted to celebrate. And that's the thing. They made it to the finals. And if they would have won the finals, the celebration would have been the best party they've ever had.
Yeah.
But they didn't. And they were so much more sour about that than the way that they exited this. When, like you're saying, a white dude misses the penalty and there's no repercussions. And it's like even their coach, are they even talking about firing Southgate?
No, if anything,
love it.
the
So
English
on.
English coaches are the worst.
The
Coaches,
English
except
fans are like,
Herdman.
he deserves it. He did well. You know what? He's the only guy that knows the team inside out. But man, these
Yeah, because
players.
he's the only coach.
They
No
didn't
shit, he
beat
knows
any
that
good
team inside
teams
out.
these past couple of years.
No,
They didn't beat one good team.
I compare English fans to Maple Leaf fans. Delusional, think they're gonna win every year and get knocked out in
It's
like
like,
the
you
first
know,
round.
it's a good point you make. Like even on their run in the Euros, like who did they really beat that was like impressive? Denmark in the finals, in the
No,
semifinals.
I think in their whole since Southgate's been manager, they haven't beat any top 10 nations.
They didn't beat Italy. I didn't
Yeah.
see it.
Meanwhile,
Boom.
When Italy won, I cried.
yeah.
I cried driving on Dufferin. Seeing all
Meanwhile,
the flags. I was like, oh my god,
Did you?
of course, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Of course, even when Argentina won, I was
Meanwhile,
like, oh,
another
this is so
UK
emotional.
team, Wales, beat number 1 Belgium in 2016.
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
So that's a bigger
Yeah.
victory than any England victory the last 5 years. But I think another reason the World Cup was so good was that it was in such a small country.
Yes.
Less
Cool.
travel.
Yeah, everyone's
Yeah.
more compact. Everything.
Fans could go anywhere, wherever they want, multiple games, and just less travel for the players.
I had a buddy of mine, Ramsey. Shout out Ramsey.
Yeah.
He was doing like 2 games a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was watching one game, the early morning game, traveling to the next stadium to watch the afternoon or the evening game. That's so sick.
Yeah, and now think about the next World Cup. It's in 3 countries, all of North America.
Yeah,
you
that's
could have a
wild.
game in Guadalajara and then a game in New York.
But I think like the logistics of it. Well, they'll have
Yeah,
hubs
they'll
for
have
different
zones, yeah.
groups. Like this group's gonna play like in the
Northeast.
northwestern, northeast. Yeah, I think
Still,
that
they'll still be
James will say
traveling.
that.
I'm calling Brazil, Italy finals.
Oh yeah, where'd you get that from?
Bro,
Where'd you
Italy has
get
to
that
make
from?
it first.
Jay
Italy
told me
has
that.
to
I'm like,
make it first.
No. This is the one where they make it.
I hope
Wait, who's your
makes
starting
it.
striker? You said in 2026?
Francesco Camarda, bro. 14 years. You guys seen him though. You guys seen the post.
The AC Milan
Yeah.
player?
He has like 400 goals.
The guy that Ibra was posting.
480 goals in 87 games.
Yeah, but he's playing in the Primavera,
That's
bro.
generational. That's like Pele numbers.
Hold on a second. He's 14 years old playing with 19-year-olds.
That's
he's
crazy.
scoring.
Oh, actually,
Bro, he just played his first game for the Primavera team. He's 14. Primavera's U19. He scored a brace in his first game.
okay. Well, I
At
hope
14.
he does
At
well.
14.
Hope he does
Sounds like
okay,
Hakeem
bro.
Mastur.
14.
I feel like his name needs to be
Those are
spoken
hyping him up
of
too
a
early.
little bit less.
I agree. We had this conversation where it's like the one thing they got to do is stop hyping these guys too young.
Man, keep it in the down low.
Yeah.
Keep it down low
Social
because you
media
see these
makes it
quality
easy.
players. No one heard about
Yeah, it's
Mbappe until he
impossible
was already
social
playing
media.
first league football.
Yeah, until he was 17.
No one heard about
18.
Mbappe until he scored like one great. He had one great season in Monaco,
In
and
the
then he
Champions
moved to
League.
PSG.
Yeah, yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's
No one
true.
spoke with these guys.
Same with
I just
Holland.
think they protect
what?
their players. They protect
Italy's
their players.
desperate, bro, for a player.
They
like
are
that.
desperate,
They
but look
are,
at the
they are.
past. They've been so desperate that they need to put it out there so fast and like, oh, they may have to make the Italian fans excited about something.
Yeah.
But
It's true.
Can you blame them? though? Can you blame us, bro? We're dying
which
over
clubs
here.
produce Italian youth? Because I see
None.
Italian players
None.
all around. They're all over the place, bro.
None. Yo, listen.
The Swiss teams are producing Italian talent.
Actually?
The one thing I gotta say though is, and this is why they're my fucking squad. AC Milan is finally the only team that's actually trying to nurture their
Yes,
young players,
that's true.
Like Hakeem
young
Mastur?
Italian players.
Hey.
Hey, listen, they were doing it even at a time when they had shit management. They were trying
That
to.
was the
whatever.
trial. I was like, okay, it didn't work with this, huh?
No,
Let's
Hakeem
see- let's see
Mastur.
how it
Hakeem
goes.
Mastur was my idol growing up. But
Still
No
is,
one
no?
said you looked like him.
Yeah,
Stop.
yeah. They did,
No one
they
said
did,
that,
they
You don't
okay?
look like a
no, they did. They
But
were saying.
I respect AC Milan. They're one of the only teams that's actually doing that right now. They're giving these guys time. Like they brought they brought Tonali over from Brescia. He played a season. It wasn't that good his
Locatelli.
first season, but then they gave him another chance. He's growing into his position. You're seeing that a lot more. Donnarumma got a chance at AC Milan at 16 years old, first team. They're the only Italian team I've seen. Now some of them are starting to like
Juve a bit.
Juve is starting to play some younger guys.
Fagioli.
Yeah, because they're
Fagioli,
literally
but-
they have nothing else.
but it's I think they're finally like Italy
They're
as
good at
a, as
picking
a
up young
football nation is they're
Italians.
starting to realize like, bro, if we keep trying to get these Brazilians and these guys over here, it's not gonna work, bro. It's not
Doesn't
gonna work.
Atalanta have that Scavallini guy?
You're Canadian, bro. Shut up. You're not even American.
Atalanta produces some decent.
Who?
Young, the Scavallini. Apparently, he's going for like 50, 60 mil.
Scalvini, yeah.
Or Scalvini, whatever his
Yeah,
name
yeah,
is.
yeah.
He's talented.
Yeah, they're one-offs, but I'm saying like it's the big clubs. Like
Producing-
when the
producing
big
actual, like, talent.
when the big clubs in a country start working on their own talent, that's when you see the change.
Yeah.
And I think like 2 World Cups in a row not making it was like a fucking
Yeah.
the wake up call. Because the Euro, as much as the Euro was amazing, it actually didn't help Italy when it came to their national team.
Made it worse.
It made it worse. Yeah, it did. Honestly, as much as we loved
winning the
celebrating
Euro?
it, like don't get it wrong, I was fucking happy as pig and shit. Like I knew that it was actually going to be bad for the team because we won with a bunch of 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
Euros don't bring you that star.
No, they don't. Yeah, they don't. Facts. It's a fucking fact. But we still got 4. We're still chilling.
Yeah, no, it's respectable. They're my
really
second
so
all time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that. I mean, although you said Germany like I think like a couple months ago.
because it could be argued.
Yeah, it can. It can.
Germany has what, 4 too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I want to go back to the GOAT debate.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
I wanna
went
go
off
back
on
to
a
the GOAT
tangent
debate.
there. Okay.
Because look, so everyone's crowning Messi the GOAT, like official GOAT now, right?
As it should be.
What I hate though, like Messi could be your GOAT, fine, like that's perfectly fine. But what I hate is that you have a different GOAT. Like it's like you don't know football. Like you're not allowed to have that opinion.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
that's what everyone's saying like on Twitter these days. But like my GOAT is Pele.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we've heard
respectable.
you say that many times.
I feel like it's hard to say your goal could be Pele if you like. You never watched him.
I don't
play.
have to though. I don't have to have watched him live to know and respect the history of the game.
That's true. I'm just saying for me because then I could say Eusebio's my goal.
You can. I'm not doubting it.
And he was, but then Ronaldo came along.
I actually like your point though. It's kind of sus if you didn't actually
You
watch
didn't live through it.
you don't live through it, yeah.
Because like listen.
Like I'm not saying you're not wrong.
You
I'm
know
just
how
saying
it goes with the history books. We miss out on so many things when you're not actually living it in the moment. You're not getting the same news
Yeah.
about these players and the same news about games and how they were playing. Because I argue with Jay about this all the time, and we talk about this, and he goes, "Bro, he scored all these goals." This and that. But like they were playing like the goals he was scoring were like friendly games against like other like club teams and stuff. And so he's saying, well, the friendlies mattered more back then. But like, did they?
Yes.
You weren't alive back then. You don't really know that.
I think
And it's
Pele being a goat is like a crutch for Brazilians. The crutch to lean on. But if you said Neymar was your goal, I'd be like, yo, like 100%.
That's spicy.
no, that's
because you can
disrespectful.
It is.
spicy.
Don't tell me it's not a
That's
crutch.
spicy.
though.
That's like Dutch people saying my goat is Cruyff.
Why not?
No, I understand. I 100% agree with what you're saying. You didn't live through that time. You don't have
Okay.
it's not the, you know what I mean? It's not the
But
same
you're
passion.
not wrong. You're not wrong
I've
either.
lived through. I've
Okay.
lived through Messi's
Yes, yes, yes.
era.
Let me
I've
rephrase.
seen
Let me
everything.
rephrase.
Everything he's won.
Okay, then let me rephrase.
But you're wearing a
That's
United
fair.
kit.
That's fair.
Yeah, this guy.
That's fair. Okay, look. Pele.
a
Okay, let me
Garnacho kit.
rephrase. Pele is not my goat. Pele is the goat. My goat's Neymar because I lived through
Okay.
him. But Pele is the goat.
Okay. And when you say it like that, okay.
Yeah.
All right, you found the loophole.
Yeah.
You found the loophole there.
Yeah.
It's respectable.
You deleted your tweet and then you reworded it nice.
Hey, listen, don't play
I'm
FIFA World
joking.
Cup Twitter, bro. Don't put things on and take them back after.
No, in terms of football,
Who's your
all
goat,
time-
bro? You know what I mean? Who
in
is
terms
it,
of
bro?
football of all time, yes, I could say Pele is the GOAT. Like if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be these players. It would probably be someone else. He was the guy everyone looked up to for all these generations. Everyone compares everyone to Pele, right? He's like he's the top of the Christmas tree, I would say. Then you have all these other GOATs that stem from him. You have Pele, Eusebio, then you have Di Stefano, all these guys.
He's like
Ronaldo,
a little farmer.
Messi.
He's kind of like a little farmer guy. You know what I mean? Playing with these.
but when you
So
say that,
somebody had to start it. Someone had to be that original.
That's my question too.
Thing,
Is
right?
is your goal because he's kind of started it for everything for everyone? Like
and with everything he's achieved, and yes, look,
my-
but saying that, yeah, just because he was the first one, it's like whatever. But like, someone else could have been the first. It was him. Someone had to be the first, and it was him.
so my question is, if someone gets 3 World Cups, let's say Mbappe wins 3 World Cups, is he now the GOAT because he has the 3 World Cups? A lot
But
of people.
it's not just the 3 World Cups though.
Then what is it as well? Because he
it's-
started the wave.
It's
Pele
his
started the
influence.
wave?
Started
It's
the
him
wave.
being the top scorer in the history of football. It's him having those 3 World Cups. It's him.
But does anybody
Hold on.
other than Brazilians say Pele? Because every time I see
No.
players talk about their
Not
goal,
really.
it's usually
Yeah.
been Maradona. Like more people would have said Maradona than Pele.
The thing with Pele is, did he ever play in Europe? Did he ever play for like
Okay,
Real Madrid?
no,
or
that's the
Barca?
biggest. That's the biggest
That's
thing.
always
He only
the big,
played
that's
at
always
That's the
Santos,
biggest
bro.
thing.
That's
That's the
always the
biggest
big
thing.
thing.
Maradona played for
That's
like
the biggest
Napoli,
thing. At that
Barca.
time, the Brazilian league was the best
best
league.
league.
Look, if Brazil's winning the 58
Can we
World Cup,
fact check that?
no, listen to this point. If Brazil's winning that
Jamie,
58,
check that.
62 World Cup, 70 World Cup with a team full of Brazilian league players, doesn't that mean that's the best league?
Honestly, I don't know what was the best
And they're
league at that
beating
time.
the
That's why I'm asking.
they're beating the European opposition with a full team of Brazilian-based players. Doesn't that mean they're the best league?
Did Pele win a World Cup while playing for North York Cosmos or New York Cosmos?
Imagine, bro.
No, I understand that misconception because people do say it.
I just don't know. I'm asking because I genuinely didn't know.
I literally saw an ESPN FC post. Like they put like why these people aren't the GOAT and why Messi is. An ESPN post, by the way. See? It's like Pele didn't play in Europe. Cristiano didn't win a World Cup.
There's so many variables.
Maradona didn't win Champions League, and someone else. I forgot who.
so-
But yeah,
they make it so
There's so many
they make it so
variables.
political, man. It's a fucking sport. Like, stop trying to pick and choose what makes the one player look good.
Yeah.
Like, don't pick and choose to like fuck.
I just
Don't-
think
don't
I just
pick and
think
choose.
these I think these outlets
They have to
need
do it.
No, but they need to. It would be even better for them, I think, to leave the debate open. Throw out all the points and then say to the viewers, the fucking people on
Go crazy in the
TikTok,
comments.
Instagram,
Yeah.
Go
exactly, go crazy
crazy.
in the comments. Not say Messi's the best. Like, you guys are losers, bro. Because that's just one idiot that's behind the computer. He's a Leo Messi fan.
But the
and that's-
controversies is what
Yeah.
sells. People love that negative stuff.
and they want to ride the wave.
Don't get me started.
They
Bro.
want to ride the wave.
They want you in the comments going off.
No, but
Okay, well, let me ask you a question. Why do you think then more guys, and I don't know, this guy, maybe it's just what I've seen, but why do you think more guys have said Maradona over Pele? Why do you think he gets? Because he's like a lot of you, like I've seen a lot of interviews, people asking players, like a lot of them will say Maradona
yeah,
over Pele.
it's because Maradona played in the 80s where a lot of these guys were growing up.
Okay, yeah,
Like
fair. Yeah,
you
that's
ask
fair.
maybe like that Eusebio Cruyff generation, they might say Pele's their GOAT, but like
Yeah.
it's just so long ago now.
The only reason why I would say Pele is the GOAT is because he's still alive and Maradona's not.
Okay, man. Barely. The guy made some bad decisions at his youth.
I'm joking. I'm
underage.
joking.
No, but-
I'm joking.
A thing I like to use against Messi for the GOAT debate. Look,
Let me hear this.
technically like Messi is like a better version of Maradona, right? Same playing style.
Yes.
Did the same things. Goal of the century, hand of God. Same playing style. Short, stubby, like masterful. Let's say you take Messi out of the game. Is football like any different? I don't think so.
So are you saying who?
I don't think Messi has generational impact on football.
Okay. Does Ronaldo?
Yes, he
Ronaldo
does.
has the
Ronaldo
Ronaldo
does.
has the
He
most.
does.
I think
I think he has the most impact.
I think his impact can be matched up with guys like Maradona and Pele. Now, I'm not
Yes.
saying it's
His
100%.
influence, oh, yeah.
I'm not saying it's 100%. I think there's the argument to be made on both sides, but I think he's had way more cultural impact on the game than Messi. I think that's like not even a question.
I think he has more cultural impact than Pele.
Yeah, well,
No.
well
I think
but
Ronaldo has the
that-
most.
I think that could also
Pele's
be
debatable.
To be fair, though, I think that could also be because we have social media, so it's so much
true.
easier to reach the
That's
world,
true.
right?
That's true.
There's
At
so many
that time,
clips, so many
at that time
compilations
you're getting,
of Ronaldo. Like
bro, my TikTok
Pele's
feed is
compilations are like black
insane,
and
dude.
white. Him scoring bicycle kicks. Like it's hard to find
So,
clips.
but like, do you guys agree with that statement?
No,
Like,
I
yeah.
actually
because
agree with that 100%.
technically he is a better version of Maradona, right?
Yeah,
which
no,
is
for real.
which is GOAT level. But like,
Yeah.
you take him out of the game, like. Has he done anything to like change football, like the way it's played, like maybe influence players? Because the players that are like Maradona influenced like these like players, right? Like
Yeah.
who did Messi like really like influence, or like how did he impact the way football? Did he impact the way
Who can
football's
you say
played?
now playing? Messi has impacted. Like name a player that you can say, like, oh, that guy emulates Messi
Plays
style
like
play.
Messi.
Well, isn't that
Whoa,
also
whoa.
a reason why he's the best? Because no one can emulate him.
No, but we're speaking on.
Speaking of influential, like the
Yeah, but
influence.
even the fact of like, there's no kids that are saying I want to play like Messi.
It's hard
even
to
if
play
they
like
can.
Messi.
I think there's kids who are
No.
saying that, but they can't emulate it. Whereas Ronaldo's a more like
Exactly.
We're not
That's
talking
why.
about. We're not talking about the fucking kids that are playing at Glen Shields. Like, you know, they don't count, bro. Let's talk about pros where they're
No,
at.
no, yeah.
I see your point. I I mean, again, I just think from a cultural playing style, outlook that Ronaldo has had way more impact.
Oh, definitely.
One thing,
Look at Mbappe. Mbappe is right now, if we look at all the guys that are up and coming, okay, there's Holland and there's Mbappe pretty much. That's like right now the two guys, but I would even put Mbappe ahead of him.
As of
Who's
right
his
now,
goat,
yeah.
bro? Who's his goat?
Ronaldo.
Both of their goats are Ronaldo.
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah, both of them are. But let's speak to just Mbappe. Like that's the guy everyone's talking about right now.
Look at the style of play. He cuts it from the right. He does a step overs. He shoots from distance. He looks like a young Ronaldo when he plays. But there's so many players that play like Ronaldo. All of
Exactly.
Portugal's national team is inspired
Exactly.
by
What
this
he's
guy.
saying is that's kind of
and that's exactly why my point is that that's why Messi is so influential, because no one can play like him.
That's not what influential means.
But then that's the
No,
opposite.
in a
of
way, like, you know, what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I agree with what you're saying, but we're saying in terms
so
of like influence.
odd.
We're saying in terms of influence, influence on the game. of the
Like
playing
I've said a
style.
lot of times, Messi is the best footballer ever. He's the most talented because no one could play like him. No
Yeah,
one will
no,
be
you-
able to play like Messi.
Yeah, you're correct.
So it's like, how can you kind of like try to emulate that or be like him, where like the way he plays, the level he does it at is impossible to achieve. Like Ronaldo's journey is possible
yeah,
if you work hard enough.
But that was the whole
Yeah,
thing.
that's the whole thing. He has a realistic-
He made young kids believe that they could do it.
no one's coming to Toronto to find some like midget and inject like growth hormone in him that has that kind of potential.
Yeah, like especially like if you're in like the U.S. or Canada, those at a young age, those players are getting scrapped.
Yeah.
facts.
You're small, stubby.
You got no chance.
Which
You
is
don't
why
have a chance.
Messi is like an alien. Like, how do they even see talent in this 9-year-old
Exactly.
kid from the middle of Argentina, not even Buenos Aires, from Rosario, wherever that is? How do you even see talent in this little kid? And then he becomes this? Like,
Yeah, it's
he's an alien. Like, that guy's out of this world. But Ronaldo is like, you can emulate. You can
He's like
get
the
the
product
template
of,
and be
like,
like,
what
hey, this
is
is what I got to
perfection.
do to be the best. This is how hard I got to work. I got
Yeah.
to be the first one
Like-
at training. You never hear about Messi being the first one at training.
He's the
last
perfect.
one to
He's the
leave.
perfect player every scout wants to go out and find.
Yeah, he's the perfect
I mean?
specimen.
He's that player that, like, you know what? I found I found the next Ronaldo. I found Ronaldo.
or Ronaldo.
And if you look at Ronaldo at 35 versus Messi at 35,
Nah.
Ronaldo has way better numbers than Messi does.
But
Look at the stats.
at the end of their career,
Okay, exactly. Messi's end of the career is at 35. Ronaldo's still playing.
and he still won't get it nearly as close to what Messi has.
But I'm saying, like, if you have a 35-year-old Ronaldo at this tournament too, without the bullshit that happened at United, who knows what happens? At the end of the day, it's hypothetical, but
Still rocking
he's still
the bench.
2 years older.
Like if all
yeah, say that while wearing that
for,
jersey.
for the GOAT debate, if all that matters to you is who's the best player at football ever, then
It's
yeah, it's
Messi.
Messi.
it's Messi.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
But
It's-
the GOAT, like, it's not the boat, it's the GOAT. It's not the best of all time, it's the greatest of all time, which is why there's other things that mean more to me, like cultural influence, generational impact. records, like, and I think
Records.
and I
Messi.
3 World
Cultural
Cups, 3
impact.
World Cups.
Argentina. Look at what he's done for Argentina.
Pele has 3 World Cups and the most goals in football history. What trophies mean more than that?
No, Ronaldo does.
No, it's Pele.
No, but you're saying cultural.
What were you saying?
Don't start,
What were you saying? What Ronaldo did for Portugal before Ronaldo?
So before Ronaldo was, they made 2 World Cups and
No trophies.
No trophies.
no trophies.
Yeah.
2 World Cups and like a couple Euros. I think 1 or 2 Euros. Post Ronaldo, they made every single World Cup 5 straight. The Euros, however many it's been, 4 or 5 straight that he's been there. So yeah, look what he's done for Portugal.
2 trophies.
Took us to a
and then
finals.
the trophies, yeah, and then the trophies. But literally a nation that was never guaranteed to make it. 2 in the history of the World Cup.
Our best
Only
team before
twice.
Ronaldo was in '66 with Eusebio. That was the
Only
best. That
twice
was
they
the
made
best
the
we've
World
ever
Cup
done.
prior to Ronaldo. He comes, it's literally a lock that Portugal is in the tournament every single time, and they're talked about. One guy did that. You know what I mean? So it's tough to say.
There's so many variables. It's tough.
So many
It just
variables.
depends what matters to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, obviously, is like I think what happens is people tend to want to like connect it to themselves, right? How do I relate to this person?
Exactly.
For me, I've always seen it as if I want to achieve something great in my life, I got to work hard for it. I wasn't necessarily naturally talented in a lot of different things.
Exactly.
Anything I had, I worked for it. So when I look at this sport that I'm so passionate about, when I choose my goat, I'm choosing the guy that emulates who I would want to be.
And who's that guy?
Ronaldo.
Yeah.
CR7. I want to be the guy that is looked at and regarded as this alpha male who gets the fucking job done. There's never excuses. Head down, work hard, get the job done. Discipline on 1,000. Like there's nobody.
But he was always in the media, for
Yeah.
good or bad.
But
he always spoke his mind too.
But that there you go, and it was always like, dude, there's been a 20-year smear campaign on Ronaldo since he's come up. It's never been Ronaldo's this great guy. It's always Ronaldo doesn't do this, or Ronaldo didn't do that.
Ronaldo's so selfish. Ronaldo's this.
He didn't congratulate this teammate. He didn't do this, and he didn't send this letter to this guy. And he didn't.
But why are they talking about him? Because they know they can get press. They know they can get views. They know they can get likes. They know they can get
Exactly.
with
reactionary.
Messi's like he's very nonchalant, like
Because
introverted.
people already buy off his own shit already. Like everybody like, buys off of that. They already knows like Messi this, Messi that.
and
But
Ronaldo came up in the English press, which is way tougher than the Spanish press.
yeah, and he's
It's a
played-
lot tougher on
yeah.
you.
And listen, Messi. Okay, go to another league, bro. Go to the EPL.
Wait till this
Go
season.
somewhere
Wait till
else.
this
Go to the
season.
go
He
to
went
the
from like
fucking
Spanish league to French league.
go to the EPL.
farmers league.
You want to fucking solidify it. Okay, for some people it was the World Cup. If you want to solidify it, go win in England. I think that's the way that I'm not saying I necessarily need that, but I'm saying
Yeah, but if he goes to City,
bro, if he goes
wrap.
if
It's
he goes
wrap.
to England,
definitely a wrap.
I know.
Okay, but
but-
Like go to Arsenal
he's
or go to United and win the league.
He's
Go to Reading
beating,
Stoke
he's
City.
beating these teams in the Champions League though.
But it doesn't matter. It's week in, week out. Because at the end of the day, the EPL, Man City's losing to, shit teams. Like they're losing to bad teams too. It's every week that you go into a game where even if the team is the bottom of the table, that there's a chance that you lose. Like,
Doesn't Messi have a record where he scored like against every team in the
He has a good record against English teams,
Yeah.
I think.
every
It's always the
Premier
same.
League team?
It's always the same
He
English.
scored against
teams.
every Premier League team.
Not every Premier League team.
Or
Every
every
Premier
team
League
that-
team that's
Watford.
fight for.
But every team that went to the Champions League, and aren't those the best teams?
yeah, but again, it's week in, week out. Right?
He didn't
I
score
think
against
that's
Leicester. He didn't score against Leicester City, or he might have. I don't know.
I think he did.
Actually,
If
did
he
they even
played-
play
if he
against
played
each other?
or
whoever he
Whoever
played,
he's played against.
he scored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Get your
No, yeah.
Get
I
the
just think
facts right.
I think for him he's got to go do it somewhere else. And League One to me isn't enough.
I think it's too late for that now.
Not really. He can go to the EPL.
He can go to City and coast
He
his way
he
to a
can
chip.
go, but I don't
Yeah.
think he.
He could coast his way to a
Well,
chip at City. That's true.
Look, I everyone knows I love talent.
Yeah.
Like
Talented guy.
I'm
That's why he loved Hakeem Mastur.
yeah, I'm a big talent guy. I'll always love seeing natural generational talent. But when you compared Ronaldo to Tate and like how it's perceived, it actually opened my eyes a little
Yeah, I'm
bit.
telling you, bro.
Yeah,
It's
they don't want like the alpha to win. I guess
Every story needs a hero and a
a
villain.
villain. Exactly. And Ronaldo
And when
is the
there's two-
perfect villain.
And when there's someone who doesn't talk, and there's someone that does talk,
Yeah, the guy who talks and speaks his mind
Exactly.
is always shit on.
controversial.
It's controversial. He's polarizing. He does polarizing things, and it's the perfect guy to hate on. Messi is the angel. He's quiet. He just goes. He gets the job done, bro. With the same woman his whole life, which is all respectable things.
it's- yeah.
And then beep, shut up. He never speaks out against the federation. He never says, "Bro, I should have won that Ballon d'Or." He never says that shit.
And that's why everyone was so shook when he was reacting this way in this World Cup.
Yeah.
Everyone was so shook. The way
he
he was,
wanted it.
the way
Cussed
he
out
was,
Weghorst?
the way he was communicating to the opposition's managers, the players, the
It was an
officials,
embarrassment. But why didn't
No
one
one's-
say anything?
But the thing,
though?
but the thing is, like, he never had to do this before.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. Like, do it. That's fine. But like, no one says anything. If
You know
it's
why he
Ronaldo
did
who
it?
does it, they go off on.
You know
him.
why
Oh,
he
yeah,
did
for
it?
sure.
He did it because he knew they were giving him the World Cup. They basically wrapped it up in wrapping paper, put the bowl on top, and said, "Bro, just show
He
up.
wrote the script.
Just show up to Qatar."
Messi wrote the script.
And
Let
they
me
go,
play against Mbappe in the finals. My teammate.
Bro,
Let him score a hat trick. but let me win.
The Qatari prince called him and said, "Hey, Messi, bro, how do you want to win? What do you want to do? You want to do penalties? What do you want to do? Who do you want to face in the quarters? Who do you want to face? No problem. It's yours. Wrap it up. Put the bowl on top. Hand delivered to his front door, bro."
Throw the bag, throw the bag. The first game, make it seem like you're not here
Yeah,
to
lose
play.
the first game. Yeah, we'll fuck around. And then, yeah.
I'm glad.
want for Christmas,
I'm glad
Messi?
someone else is saying it besides me, so I don't look like a
Gift
hater.
wrap.
No, but
gift wrap.
But what do you expect Messi to do? He
Look,
has to-
it was a
he- at the end
beautiful
of-
series that
At
we
the end
watched.
of the day, you have to face the opponent that's ahead of you. You're not thinking about the next game. He has to do what he has to do, and because he did what he did, he won.
Yeah,
Because
but
the refs did what they did, and then
It's not like he's facing one or two
Yeah,
teams.
but-
He
but-
faced a lot of
but
teams to get to that final.
what I don't like to see is patterns, and every
Too many coincidences don't make add up here.
Exactly.
It can't be a coincidence all the
and
time.
Argentina have 3 World Cups, and all 3 are corrupt. 1978's the dirtiest World Cup of all time.
Talk
Yeah.
to me. What do you
It's
mean?
disgusting.
Give me-
It's
yeah.
disgusting. So to advance to the next round, they had to beat I think it was Peru by like 5 goals. They ended up winning 6-0, and it's found out later, like not necessarily like official, but like it's leaked that like they're giving the Peru players money. And then on top of that, like they're slipping stuff into other teams' drinks. Like the president bought the World Cup for Argentina because Argentina was in shambles at that time, so they need it for the
Yeah, but
economy.
Also, that could even be true today. Argentina is in the worst economic place that they've ever been in a very long time. Like, I don't know if you guys know this about Argentina. Their dollar is worth like this, like it's nothing. People like they're
Their
like
peso.
in poverty, like on another level. One of my best friends, Argentinian, and he tells me all this stuff, and it's like their economy's in shambles. Everything's going to shit within the country. What's the perfect way to like silence people to get them off
to get
like the
them
government's
happy.
back? Dude, he's telling me still till this day, there's about 1 million people still in Buenos Aires today that are celebrating.
Yeah,
He's sending me videos.
Yeah.
So it was 5 million when they first won 4 or 5 million,
Yeah.
and today there's still 1 million of them. These people can't even afford bread, but they don't give a fuck because they won the World Cup and Messi's the GOAT. They're talking about putting him on a bill. They're talking about putting him on the money.
Just
the
that
Messiah.
alone will increase the
Messiah.
It
value of
happens
their
every
money.
time, man.
That's generational, no?
Every
Exactly.
time.
For him, and
That's
that's it. Just for
generational.
Every
him.
time.
That
Every
is
time.
generational.
I don't see Pele on a bill.
Okay. 78, Argentina's in shambles.
Yeah.
World Cup. 98, France is in shambles.
World Cup.
World Cup. Every time.
What better way?
Every time.
2006, Italy's in shambles.
World Cup.
No, I'm kidding.
But also, you guys are making it say like Messi did nothing.
No.
He was man of the match for every
Listen,
game.
after the ref
Yeah,
gives
but
them
bro,
the first
even then,
penalty and they
some-
score the penalty, like that penalty against Saudi Arabia or that they missed or that game they lost, whatever. But those games that they needed that goal to kind of make
he
things
did
open.
his thing.
Yeah, they give him the penalty. Okay, Messi, just score
but
and the
even
game will
before-
open.
Yeah,
up
I
for you.
believe the stat is for each penalty, the score was at 0-0 every time.
Yeah,
It was, yeah.
Netherlands
Yeah.
too, and they almost fucked up both of those against
bro-
Netherlands. They in the last 10 minutes 2-2.
And that's the worst part is they were literally being gifted like every game, and even then they barely scraped by. I'm sorry, that was a lackluster team. Like that Argentina team was
It was horrible.
full
team.
of shit players.
And guess what? Messi brought them exactly.
The fact that
No,
DePaul
bro.
looked as good as he did, it was mind-boggling.
Well, doesn't that because
McAllister.
No, McAllister, I've rated. I've been watching him in the
McAllister,
Prem. I've been
bro.
watching him in the Prem. He's a good
Acuna?
player.
Yeah,
That guy's a loser.
Otamendi, bro, Benfica.
But doesn't that
Enzo
show
Fernandez.
you? Doesn't that show you that Messi, like just his
Okay,
aura.
It was the
Okay,
perfect
okay.
written story.
Okay, but some of the stuff I saw in that Netherlands game was criminal.
Oh, it's so criminal.
Yeah,
even Croatia, that first penalty
they didn't go to
where
VAR.
he ran into the goalie again, didn't go to VAR.
ridiculous,
That was
man.
sus, yeah.
That
He
was
didn't
so
go to
The goalie's
VAR.
like this, standing there. The ball's already gone.
But even-
The VAR
they-
knows
even-
Ronaldo's gonna get
and
to it
I
before
saw
he does.
a former FIFA referee or like high level referee like tweet about it. He's like, his foot's planted,
Yeah,
no foul.
Yeah.
And Casillas quoted a tweet. He's like, facts.
Facts.
Yeah.
But again, this is my point: is where was VAR? How did
Yeah.
it not go to VAR so it happened? They called a penalty. I'm watching the game. I see that they show the replay, and all the announcers were like, "That's rough. Like we'll see what happens with VAR."
And it was still there. I'm like,
And it just never went to VAR. They didn't
Never
even do
went
like
to
the check.
earpiece, nothing.
Yeah.
and a lot of the freaking commentators are saying like that's not a penalty. The
Yeah, yeah.
goalie,
All
what's
of
the goalie
them.
gonna do? Like jump away?
Like, no, but he's
sitting
ground.
his ground.
And he jumped.
I
His
agree with
leg
that.
was sideways. He didn't go forward. He didn't push forward, kick forward. His leg was sideways. The guy ran into him.
Yeah.
So listen, it's just we can go back and forth all day about this. It was fucking criminal. What they did in this World Cup, it was literally criminal.
The
Dude.
finals too, like that first penalty was ridiculous. I think they had to give that last penalty to Mbappe because if I don't give it to him
was
this one,
so
the other
bad,
penalty was
yeah.
kind of weak. I have to give him this one. You know what I mean? Like, and at that point they're probably like, oh shit, like they're tired. They're going to penalties now.
Yeah.
But again,
Listen, entertaining.
penalties is 50-50.
Yeah, I
know
know
it's
it's 50-50, but
And the better
Yeah,
team
but that's
won.
why you have
At that
VAR.
point,
That's
the
why you
better
have
team
VAR
won.
to
Okay,
check on it.
there's no excuse not to go to VAR though.
Yeah.
I always say like
No.
they were out to lunch. Like the Uber Eats came when the
Yeah.
penalty
Did
was
you guys
called.
see the moment
Knocked
when
on the
Messi
door.
scored? Messi scored the third goal in
I was
extra
about to bring
time,
this up.
and there was like players on the pitch as he scored.
Yeah. So there's a
Is that not a rule?
Yeah,
There's
a
suppose
rule.
I was
There's no
watching
goal.
something on TikTok or something that if a player's on the field while a game's in play or something, it's allowed. But if he scores and a player's on, then they should be calling
It's
that back.
considered an extra man on the pitch.
They should be
and it's
calling
like-
it back, and that should have been a free kick for France.
Yeah, they were never gonna call that.
That seems like a stretch.
even in some penalties, like
It's
some
a, that's a
players-
rule.
a player's-
It's
a player's
technically a
foot-
rule. Yeah.
A player's foot is inside the box and he scored the penalty. You know what I mean? Why can't you call that back?
Even a lot of people were saying that Martinez was like off his line
He
a
was.
million times on the penalty.
looked
He probably
and I
was,
noticed that
He
because
was.
he was always so forward. Like when I was
Yeah.
watching all his penalty shootouts, like a lot of goalies, yeah, you take the step forward and you kind of jump to the side, but this dude was like fucking far out.
He was like
bro.
outside the 6-yard box.
I'm like, that's got to be illegal. Like,
Yeah.
and they're never checking his foot placement. You got the ref there who's fake standing there, who in his earpiece they're like, bro, don't fucking say a word. He's like,
That's
whatever he
what
does.
they
VAR, that's
never
what VAR
call
is
that.
for. And
Guys,
the thing is, like, they're always like,
please
"Oh, make
tell
sure,
the
make
camera
sure
guys
you
to get a
can't,
good
you can't,
angle."
you can't celebrate until the last penalty is taken, and we check VAR."
Yeah.
That's always the last one. What about the other 4 that you guys took before that?
Yeah.
Or we stopped. What about the other 2 you stopped before that?
Gift wrapped.
Yeah.
Gift wrapped.
Right in
Look.
time for Christmas.
Yeah, like you could think it's corrupt, you could think it's not, whatever. But to be like oblivious and be like corruption is impossible
No.
is like not like a good way to look at it because it's FIFA. It's FIFA at the end
It's
of
possible.
the
Look,
Who's
look where the World
known
Cup
for
was. Look where the
corruption.
World Cup was. It was in Qatar. And that was legit corruption.
Yeah, just that
Like
alone,
if you
yeah.
think the games can't get corrupt, the host nations,
Yeah.
that's corrupt.
I think regardless, corrupt or not, it was a beautiful tournament.
day. No,
Beautiful tournament.
It was,
They
it was,
scripted
it
it
was.
beautifully. Everything went according to plan. Amazing games. First African nation to make it to the semis.
That was written too. No,
It was all written in the stars. Yeah, first
I don't
African like Arab nation to make it this far. Beautiful
Yeah, I
stories
seen that.
everywhere.
I seen that.
It's a good story.
I seen that. And-
African
Yep.
Arab.
No, I seen that though. Like when the host country is like in a different continent, like 2010 South Africa, Ghana, like an African
made it
team
that
made
far.
it that far. If you look at this World Cup, Qatar, Arab team, and now they're saying in 2026 either Mexico, Canada, or US will make like a quarterfinal run. Bet on
Hopefully it's us, bro.
Canada,
Hopefully it's us.
Canada.
Hopefully it's written in that script too. If CSBA can get
Somebody
their shit together.
start paying right now. We gotta start making early payments.
That's what we're here for. We need to start a fundraiser.
fund-
Me.
Because they
Help
start
fix,
including it in
help
the tax.
fix the 2026 World Cup. Start making payments to FIFA.
It's like we're gonna have a fundraiser here to help support the Canadian national team. That's crazy.
Hey, listen, we might have to the way things are
little
going. so
pickup games here and there, like little watch events. Guys, donate now.
we need to have. Listen, what we need to have is somebody send this to IFTV. Okay, we need to have a Toronto versus fucking New York / Brooklyn footy game. Footy Culture versus IFTV. Bring your best. We bring our best 11. I think that's what we need to
We'll
do.
play at,
Home
we'll play
and
at the
away?
Niagara
'Cause
Falls.
that's like Canada. That's like Canada versus
on the
US. You know
border.
what I mean?
Are we doing a home and away?
Well, yeah. We have
Two
to
leg?
go there and play, and they got to come here and play.
2 legs.
That'd be sick.
Bring your best
You heard
11.
it, eh?
Are we
Bring
doing
your best
11s? 11s or
No, 11,
7s?
11. You got to go 11,
11s?
11. Yeah.
That'd be generational.
We got to set it up. We're going to make it happen.
Let's do
IVTV,
it.
we're coming for you boys, eh?
Watch out, guys.
Because, yeah, you guys can talk soccer all you want, blah, blah, but I want to see you on the pitch, bro. I want to just catch you boys on the pitch. Anyways, I'm playing. I love you guys. I love IVTV. They're
No,
fans.
Marco's good. Marco's a good player.
Yeah. No,
It's good. We have Chris. We have
take
a
his
cheat
knees
code.
out, though. It's okay.
We have
These
Chris.
These are two.
Hey.
These are two title-winning.
hey,
TCDAA.
we got titles under here. We got
It might not look like it, but
Guys, we beat out Richie's high school when we won.
Richie who? Tell him.
Richie Larea.
Maria, say it with your chest.
Yeah, man. We beat Dante. The school that has a class for soccer, the soccer program. You literally get graded to play soccer at Dante.
This pork chop, me and the Wop in the center, and then we had a fucking Colombian up front.
Yeah,
And
this
that's all
guy's
we
scoring
needed.
bangers from like half field.
I gotta show you guys the clip
Okay.
after this. I'll show you guys the clip. I got my clip.
Okay, good.
In the finals, half
At Cherry
court.
Beach. No fans. The only fans is his dad and his work.
Let's go.
It's Tony there.
Shout
in
out
the
Tony.
cold.
He wasn't even happy. Anyways, doesn't matter.
I'm glad he brought the clip. But yeah, what a World Cup. A lot of storylines, exciting moments, controversy. It's all a part of the game, and I love it. It hurts. Like, it hurts seeing Argentina win via corruption.
damn.
But it's entertainment.
Yeah.
And I had a good time.
Yeah.
We debated the GOAT. Also, always a good time.
Yeah,
and
of
that's
course.
why I hate that they cemented it, because the GOAT debate has to be forever.
Forever.
Because what's the point of this podcast if there's no GOAT debate?
No, it's forever.
I'm going to
It is-
retire if it's done.
Well, listen, they deleted the tweet, so it's not cemented.
So it's back. It's back.
It's not official anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you guys for coming on.
No, thanks for having
Thank
us,
you,
bro.
thank you.
Chatting, cheeky chat.
Appreciate
and
it.
yeah, drop a comment, subscribe, and we the culture.
We the culture.
Ciao, ciao, boys.
Ciao,
Later.
guys.
Messi's the GOAT.
Ciao, boys. We went for a fucking trip there.
Super Ballon d'Or.